podcast is not yet.
What video is that?
The stream. Why is it still playing that?
We can make our intro from that. Like, it's like just.
Woo!
Why are you pretending to type? This is. Oh no! I knew that was a bad idea. Is this thing on? I put the corner of
Excuse me.
What are you playing?
Oh shoot!
Going through.
Oh shoot! He was playing that Fergie song. Oh shoot! London Bridges. That's what it's called. Oh, why did this open this? All right, we'll do this. Oh, you're still drinking that then?
Yeah, but it's because I haven't put it in.
Well, I was gonna say open that and then pour that and then switch off and we can just
share those two.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
That's cute.
That's sweet.
Ooh, that sounds promising.
$400 gig SD card. Someone on Nintendo chat was $88 right now, which is insane. That's what I should buy probably.
I don't think you need 400.
No, I'm just saying like I think I have the 64 one. Is that the smaller one? And I swear that's going to be gone pretty soon with all the games I've gotten recently. I never fight against Sonics.
It's so weird.
Alright, I'm good to go in a second.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yo, I'll fucking tell you exactly what to do.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit! Smash Ultimate, new glitch. Let's live right. I've yet to fight against a Ridley in online or with any of us.
Nah, because none of us you.
You used him the other night.
I try.
He sucked. He seems like he sucks. He seems like he's so slow.
And he's so big.
Yeah, it's like.
Ridley's too big.
Mike, why do you have a problem with people that are big? Things that are big.
Because they're terrible? There's your answer.
You put the AC on, dude. I'm dying.
Are you hot right now?
Yeah, I'm always hot.
Well, the problem is you're wearing a shirt over a shirt.
No, I'm wearing. That's it though. That's all I got. You're wearing that and that, and your shirt's way more.
He's got you there, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope they die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Oh.
Oh, this batch of King Sushi is way better than the last one.
Alright, we ready to do this goddamn thing?
Yeah, I suppose.
I wish you could keep the screen black. I guess.
I mean, we can keep it black, but that's weird to look at.
No, because then I can blend it.
Me too.
Wow.
Holy shit!
I had that same Bakugo shirt. Bakugo?
Yeah.
Byakugan?
Well, I'm just gonna stop listening to you. That's...
Wait, Byakugan is what Neji does.
Uh-huh.
Bakugan is like that spinny top thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Bakugo is
Is what
from...
Brock Lee does.
Yeah.
Todd is not wrong.
Brock Lee doesn't do fucking Byakugans. Alright, fine. We'll let him have this one, I guess. Alright, let's actually start. Press some fucking record on the episode here. What are you fucking huffing and puffing for, Mike?
Moving on up, 2019.
Like, what you getting all fucking wiggly for on me here? Actually, let me kick this back because it's making a lot of fucking noise right now.
You tell me you don't want to hear that fan go
Oh,
off.
really? My fan go off. Hold on, I need to make sure this is going fine.
You've opened the Super Mario cereal? Have you just been like taking handfuls and then putting it back there? And not closing it up? It's
No,
those
those are empty boxes.
Dude, I see pieces in there right now. Oh, you have tracer glasses? Are those the only ones you got?
No, I got the first year they did Tracer, second year they did Genji, right? Or one of those. They did
my
one
Genji-
year. One year was Genji, one year was Tracer.
My Genji one's broke. I thought there was another one besides Genji. Didn't you have different ones?
They're, I don't.
I had
remember.
Genji, and I think you had something else.
I'd have to look at my pictures. Basically, at the time I was getting those glasses, I didn't know what the game was, so I never really.
Yeah, I didn't even try it at PAX when it came out. I didn't even bother trying it.
I was just like, ooh, free glasses.
You didn't try it at PAX?
No.
Oh, I played it at PAX. Did you?
I
play
played it.
at
I
PAX?
played it at
We
PAX.
all
never
played
played
together.
I never played.
I
anything
played it at
PAX.
PAX, but I couldn't
Ever.
tell you which year it was, and if it was like the same year I also got the
It was
glasses.
It was at least a year before it came out. The year that we played it. Yeah, because I think the year that we played it, the Overwatch itself had like a thing, but we played it at the Xbox booth. That's how we played it.
Yes, that's how.
I also hated it, and I was like, I'm gonna get Battleborn instead. That's literally like, there's probably a podcast somewhere where I'm like, I'm gonna get Battleborn.
I do remember
Big
playing
Bad
it
Battleborn.
at PAX and thinking to myself, oh, I kind of like this game, and that was that.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're here for multiple things. I was gonna say one thing, but really it's multiple things. We're here for specific things though.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking the last episode of 2018, and we need to hear how much Todd hated Red Dead Redemption, how much he hated God of War. He thinks Spider-Man is a fucking ripoff.
Gem. No, Spider-Man's a gem. I don't.
So we're here to talk about our games of the year. We went when we were doing our discussing on how we were going to handle our game of the year this year. We figured it didn't really make a lot of sense for us to say, hey, Pass the Controller is going to have a game of the year.
So with the game of the year from Pass the Controller, it's actually Red Dead Redemption, everyone.
Whoa! Give it up for the Cowboys. Pew, pew, pew. No, we figured it made more sense because A, there's still plenty of games that we haven't played or haven't finished, and we all have different opinions and different interests as far as what we play typically. So I think it made more sense for us to kind of just talk about what our favorite games of the year were. And then, if there's some alignment, maybe come up with like a top list of games that we all can agree on being the best of the year. I think we'll agree on a lot of things. I think Todd will fight me over some things. But,
Is the green screen black?
Oh, shit. Thank you, Todd. It is black.
I was like, wait a
I
second.
never flipped it back. Todd over here, saving the day.
Nope, that's what I'm here for.
Saving
Every once in a
the
while.
day.
You know?
Audio listeners, that doesn't fucking matter to you guys. But the people watching on Twitch, there you go. Todd just saved the day.
Oh, and look what it is.
Oh, game of the year, Mr. Red Dead. But before we, get into it, kind of what we're going to cover today is going to be our games of the year, our movies of the year, our television shows, programs of the year.
That'd be like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't forget best documentary, best effects.
We're getting into nitty gritty. We're going to do that.
Yep.
All right. Good thing I made this B-roll extra long if we needed.
I should get the band to play us out when we go too long or
Yeah.
anything. Just stop playing.
Biggest letdowns. I think there'll be a couple of those, or maybe not letdowns, but maybe things we were amped for that didn't end up being what they wanted to be. As well as games that we either didn't finish or missed and want to play, but the backlog is real. So, kind of, should we go through like how these games came out through the year, or do you just want to kick it off? Like, what's your favorite? Like, if you had to pick one of your favorites of this year, Todd, where are we at here? We can start with Red Dead if you want, since it's kind of on the
definitely Red
brain
Dead.
here.
It was God of War all year until Red Dead came out. But yeah, it's definitely Red Dead for me.
What is kind of putting that like for you? What makes Red Dead like
Because
the
I love
game
Red
of
Dead,
the year?
the first one so much, and this story just like still like weaves the narrative of the first one, but it's just done so well. And the funniest thing about Red Dead 2 is that like everyone loved John Marston.
Yeah.
People fucking love Arthur now, the main character of Red Dead 2. People don't even give a shit about. I see all these polls. Everyone likes Arthur's the guy. He's the dude. But yeah, the story was just awesome.
Who's the guy that you work for? Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch.
People love Dutch
He's awesome
too, huh?
Dutch.
Yeah.
So every character's so good. They're so what's it? They're all just so fleshed out so well.
Yeah. I will say for me, I know there's a few episodes of the podcast where I say, "Wow, Red Dead was a letdown." It grew on me for sure. And as I was starting to pick up steam with that game, my fucking Xbox broke, so then I just couldn't play it for 2 months or whatever. Finally, my Xbox back, but that hasn't done me much good with Red Dead. But it's definitely a game that I had super high hopes for. Not really a big fan because I just never really played the first game, but was looking forward to this. Looking forward to just diving into that world, and I think some of the things that kind of fuck it up for me personally is that I think it still suffers from some typical like Rockstar gameplay elements. You know what I mean? Like that's why I couldn't really get into GTA 5.
I kind of agreed with you when you said this originally, but the more I play it, the more you get used to it, and everything starts to feel like more comfortable.
So maybe that'll be the case.
Yeah, but I do think I do think the gameplay is. It's theirs. It's unique. It's not like anything else. And sometimes I'd rather it be that typical gameplay that I'm so used to. Like it's so weird. We've talked about this too. How like I always say, Rockstar put out Max Payne. I know it's not the same developers and everything, but the controls in Max Payne 3 are so tight.
Yeah.
And just implement that into a game like Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be like above and beyond what it already is.
What I think Rockstar is in the position of right now is this. Because granted, yes, won a bunch of awards. It is recognized critically and financially as a success. But I think they're in a position that's kind of similar. Not as dire, not anywhere near as dire, but I think they're in a kind of similar predicament that Bethesda's in right now. Fallout 76, Fallout games in general, and we'll kind of get more on Fallout later, but Fallout games in general are usually they play like you know what to expect from a Fallout game. It's a specific play, like the way it plays. It usually has specific issues that you just know are going to happen. Like it won't load, or your save file gets corrupted. Like all these things that like typically I feel like are characteristic of Bethesda games. I feel like Rockstar, for me personally, is kind of getting set in their ways of they make their games their way, which is totally fine, but GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, both kind of play the same way, and to me it feels like if their next batch of games aren't like just smoother gameplay experiences, they're going to be, I don't think people will be as happy about GTA 6 or Red Dead 3 or whatever's next. I don't
see a lot of complaints about the controls in it though.
I
did initially when it came out, but I'm part of like all these like groups of like Red Dead Online and everything, like where people just discuss the game and everything, and I expected that to be more front and center. The only thing people are complaining about now is that there's not a lot to do in the online mode.
Okay.
But I still love the online mode. I haven't like played it like nonstop like some of these people have though. But I mean, I love just being an asshole in online. It's like I can be an asshole and there's no repercussions whatsoever, right?
Exactly.
Toxic Todd.
Toxic Todd.
Again, not a bad game. I actually was really getting into it. It's something you need, in my opinion, to have a lot of time to play. You can't just it's not a good game for bursts.
The single player story I put 120 hours into before I even touched multiplayer. And I only have like 300 achievements. I didn't even do half of the side missions. When I got to like chapter 4, I literally just went story to story to story.
So it's going to be weird to me to see where Red Dead fits into my gaming regimen going into January, because normally if this was a couple of years ago, I'd be like, I'll just bang out that game in January. But January is already going to start off with a bunch of games coming out, and then February is a fucking disaster. And I'm excited about Anthem, so like February for me is going to be Anthem and Crackdown if those games are good. I know. Game Pass is the fucking way of the future. But Mike, as somebody who isn't a big Rudy Tooty Cowboy Shooty fan, is there a reason why, or you're just not into that game? Like, is there something that is holding? Would there be something that would get Michael to be like, you know what? I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Get that off the screen. Get that off the fucking screen.
What do you mean?
Yo, Spoderman?
Spoderman is the fucking truth. Look at that. Look at that B-roll, baby. Look at that B-roll.
Yeah, why didn't I feel like playing that game? I don't know. I just didn't care.
I feel like if you didn't play for me, like, I played the first one.
Are you a GTA guy, though? Like, do you like Rockstar
I feel like
games?
none of you guys really, like, have dived into GTA.
I like old GTA.
Yeah, but
I like top-down GTA. I'm a big fan of those games.
Same. If you jumped into, like, GTA Online, if we got, like, a group of us, we would be fucking dying laughing the entire time.
And I don't doubt that, but that's another whole issue just with gaming in general right now, in my opinion, where it's like, there's so many games that are trying to exist past, forever. Yeah. So it's like, if I'm going to give my time, it's going to be Overwatch. It's going to be Smash.
I try to space it out, but it's always fucking Overwatch.
But you were going to say?
I never owned a GTA. I definitely played a few, like, a friend would have
here and there, yeah.
I would, like, play a little bit, but I didn't, like, sit down and be like, all right, time to go kill some hookers.
My favorite GTA is probably
Vice City.
It's probably Vice City. Vice City was fucking
Vice
amazing.
City was great. I didn't play Vice City. Actually, I played it a little bit because someone had it.
I feel like
it was just the soundtrack. I really cared about.
I feel like I played a lot of San Andreas, but I don't know if it's actually a good game.
I think San Andreas would probably be mine.
But Vice City was my jam. I played a lot of Vice City. GTA 3 was okay too.
GTA 3 was good too. I like GTA.
I'm
actually curious if San Andreas did. I don't
have online?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
The first one was with probably Nico.
I think the PC version maybe had something online. I don't know. Or maybe there was like modding for online or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like a big Rockstar guy. I appreciate what they do. Like, I think they are one of the best AAA developers in the game. I just Red Dead it didn't sink its teeth into me.
Did you buy the first one?
First Red Dead?
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, did you ever play it?
I just couldn't get into it. And I feel like me and you at one point tried to play online, and then I just never
I played online a ton on the first one, yeah.
Me and you played weird games online back in the day, though. Like, me and Todd used to play fucking Tiger Woods together, like, every night.
But that was so fucking
It was amazing.
Yeah, we played a lot of Left 4 Dead, too.
Oh, Left 4 Dead. But literally...
Did you play Orange Box with me? Did we play...
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, we played that a ton, too, yeah.
Orange Box was amazing. But, like, Todd and I used to, like... It would be, like, late at night, and it would be, like... Just fucking play a fucking quick fucking couple holes.
And we'd end up playing, like, fucking, like, 3 rounds.
I know.
3 rounds.
I'd sleep on my couch.
Awesome.
Me and Todd would fall asleep on the couch.
I know we've talked about this before, but it blows my mind that like they have not put out like any kind of they do fucking Madden every year. They do everything else, and they did the Rory and like just build off of Rory from there on out.
It's the reason I'm telling you, like, Tiger fucked up, and Tiger ruined that game.
Bring him back. He's good now.
Yeah, people love him now.
Yeah, he's doing well too.
Then maybe they could, but I feel like I don't know. It's tough, but like. If they ever took the Madden name off of NFL, like Madden NFL, I don't think it would sell as well. Just because people are used to like, no, like I like Madden. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like I never would buy a golf game. Shout out to Golf Story, great game.
I was like, give me an online golf story with clubs and everything.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, right. It's like,
but like, people like I like Tiger Woods. I didn't give a fuck about. Because didn't they do a Rory game and then you just do like a PGA Tour game?
No, they just did Rory and nothing after that. They never. There was a one.
It's just not. No, I mean, it's also golf, so.
But Rory, like, they didn't do anything. Like, we went from that one that we had, that was amazing with all the.
With
like
clubs and stuff.
everything. To like a bare bones Rory McIlroy game that we're like, ugh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I do enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, real quick, is John Madden still alive? Okay, just making sure. I feel like I would have heard.
I thought he died.
No.
I was just thinking about it now.
I think he retired. I think that's the thing. He's probably just.
So as long as he doesn't do anything in his elder years, Madden's fine.
John Madden's not on Twitter, right?
I don't know.
You see, the thing about these guys is that they belong back in the. Oh boy, no, John.
So Red Dead is easily one of the best games to come out this year. Yeah. Probably one of the best games to come out over this decade.
I was gonna say it's probably like one of those ones like BioShock. This will like it'll be one of those ones I'll revisit like Last of Us.
Yeah,
like,
personally for you, but not like people aren't gonna be like I'm going back to Red Dead.
Oh, they will.
I'm not trying to. I feel like a lot of people's issues come too with the prologue. The prologue is very long.
I fucking love the prologue. It was
a lot of people were like, I wish the game was over.
Oh, no way.
I mean, I can't speak. I haven't gotten
one of the main reasons why it's my game of the year is partially because of the prologue itself.
Now I'm confused because prologue is simply something that happens at the beginning.
I apologize. Epilogue.
Epilogue, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't
So people thought the epilogue was too long. They wanted this game to be over.
No, like the epilogue is like.
I'm an English major.
I'm pretty sure I am as well.
I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty proud of this part right here.
What is that?
I added that.
Oh, nice.
Too. So it's a little.
I think that's like number 20 on my game of the year.
Yikes!
No, it's fine. Wait, what were we saying?
I don't know. Rapping Red Dead up the epilogue.
Oh, the epilogue. That dude, it just ties in. Like I mean, spoilers and.
I wouldn't spoil anything.
Literally everyone knows this at this point. It's something I said to you, but I won't say it.
I know what you're talking about,
but it just bleeds into Red Dead 1, basically. It flawlessly does that, and you get to see certain things, and it's kind of how like Red Dead 1 ended almost. Like when at the end of Red Dead 1, you play as John Marston's son, and you get to like go back and avenge John Marston and everything, and all this fun stuff. But my favorite thing with Red Dead, when I started playing Red Dead, one of the things I hated the most was John Marston. The first like couple hours of the game, I'm like, ugh, I liked him so much in Red Dead 1, and I fucking hate him now. I'm like, he sucks. Yeah. But then, Arthur and his relationship by the end of the game, I fucking loved. And I was like, okay, yep, no, I like John still.
So, clearly, Red Dead Redemption 2, one of Todd's games of the year. Mm-hmm. Not one of mine. Mm-hmm. Not one of Michael's. Mike, what is one of your games of the year? What's one of your favorite games that you played this year?
Second year running, Gone Home, 100%.
I don't know. I mean, are you still playing that game?
I am
speedrunning every single night. I mean, if he was speedrunning, the scene goes home. We're like, "Where's Mike?" He's like, "I guess I'll jump on."
Yeah,
playing Gone Home.
he's offline, just like recording speedruns.
I honestly hope those developers never make another game ever again.
I hope that Mike is a secret speedrunner and he's like trying to break the world record.
Yeah, he's like, I beat it in 30 seconds today.
Listen, I don't need any records. I just wanted that achievement. You just have to beat the game. No.
Yeah, I didn't. Because I wouldn't go back and do it. I had such a bad time.
You beat the game in under a minute. It's doable. It's just I haven't done it.
Don't.
So, really though, what is one of your favorite games of this lovely 2018?
Let's see. Out of the year, I probably played 4 new games.
All right, let's talk about them.
Does that add up? I'd have to. No, I guess it's 5, huh? I forgot about that. Okay. Let's say Beat Saber. Who cares?
I care. Todd cares. The listeners care.
Todd told me ahead of time. He's like, he pulled me aside. He's like, listen, I don't care what fucking games you like. It's Red Dead only. Fuck you and your
God of War.
And God of War. And I was like, okay, Todd.
So,
and Smash.
I don't want to personally talk too much about Beat Saber because I harped on it last week. Mm-hmm. But Mike, why is Beat Saber one of your favorite games this year?
It's new, air quotes, because I guess it came out on PC a while ago.
This year though, May.
May.
I looked it up.
Good for that. It takes the the fun of rhythm games and bullshit like Guitar Hero and Rock Band and combines it with that whole VR thing that kids are all into.
Yeah, I mean I'm like trying to convince. You know what? Before you leave, you should just play one round of Beat Saber.
It's like imagine if I could play DDR but with my hands.
I kind of actually feel that way. It is like, and I'm not a DDR guy because I don't have that type of coordination.
Oh,
I would like to. I would like to think that I could do that, but I can't.
He can't.
But no, Beat Saber quickly became one of my best games of the year, just simply because it's the type of game where I could go in there right now to Jen, who has not played it. She's watched me play it a few times, and just be like, put this on your head, hold these 2 dildo-looking things, and you can play it. Like, it's very easy to understand, which I think a lot of games struggle to be that, like, palatable.
The trick is to describe the game by using the word dildos in some way, and people are...
Guitar Hero with dildos.
There you go. Done. Easy. How many games can you describe that way?
Not many, and I can tell you that description alone probably sold another 1,000 copies.
I'm saying, you're welcome.
Listen, people are into it. But a lot of games, like, think about how many games, if we were going to go out there right now and sit down with Jen and try to get her to play a game with us, how difficult would it be to get her to understand most games quickly? You know what I mean? Like, the barrier for entry as far as understanding gameplay mechanics is relatively non-existent for Beat Saber. It's, hey, you use these things in real life to swipe through these blocks.
Do you see like lightsabers when you're holding them?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Like, it's so cool.
When you cross them, you can feel like the things vibrate. Like,
oh, cool.
And it like sparks. It's
why are you
fucking
crossing
awesome.
them though? You never cross streams.
You never cross streams unless you want to see what it feels like.
It's Beat Saber for me definitely quickly became one of my favorite games this year, and I haven't even put that much, not as nearly as much time as I'd like to into it. I guess for me, it's no secret, one of, if not my favorite game of the year. It's really hard at this point. It's really hard to say my actual number one game of the year because Smash, but The Messenger fucking blew me away. It took me on a fucking ride, and I listened to the music from that game weekly, and it is something special to me. Like, when I played Shovel Knight for the first time, that game taught me that, like, platforming games that look like retro games, that are odes to retro games, can be filled with all of this life of modern gaming and be incredible and stand up and rival, the big guys in the industry. And honestly, put yourself toe-to-toe up against a Capcom or a Nintendo or a Konami in their prime making these platforming games. I absolutely adore that game. I think that it's a game that doesn't get the praise it deserves. I think it's a game that you look at it and see one thing, you play through it, and it's a completely different thing. And I know Todd didn't feel the same way, so let's talk about it.
No, it just didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, it's fine.
It just didn't do anything for me. It wasn't bad, and I enjoyed playing it for the.
Ooh,
it is really good. I told you. I had a really good time with it at first, and then as I started going through it more, and it wasn't even that it was really challenging, except for that mid-level boss before you get to the other side of things.
The hands.
Yeah. But I don't know. It just didn't suck me in. Like, it didn't suck me in like Dead Cells. It didn't suck me in like Hollow Knight, like stuff like that. Yeah, it just didn't do it for me.
So I feel like these came out around similar times, and for me, it was like, clearly Dead Cells was still amazing. Messenger was my boy, but for you, like, Messenger didn't do much for you, but Dead Cells took you on a fucking journey.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about Dead Cells.
Because I just didn't feel like I was committed to Dead. Well, I shouldn't say committed, but like.
Dead Cells is a perfect game for you.
It is.
It's a drop in, drop out. Did you get it on Xbox or Switch?
Switch.
Oh, I wish I fucking got it on Switch.
That's why it's so good too.
Well, so I got my early copy from Motion Twin on Xbox. So like I had an early copy. Yeah. So I wasn't gonna buy it a second time because I still can't even beat it on Xbox. I've gotten to the end one time and
I've gotten to the third level finally. I mean.
Wait, you've played that much of it and you haven't even beaten it?
No, I was just trying to unlock shit. Like, I was just trying to speed run and unlock shit and like.
It is. I will say that it has probably some of the like best feeling controls. Like, it's so smooth.
Controls are great, but also the progression is what made me coming back. Like, I didn't feel like. So my issue with Messenger, another issue was that the progression in that just seemed kind of like, yeah, whatever. It wasn't like anything crazy. Whereas like. I'm getting like these crazy new weapons, and I've played the game for 40 hours, and I'm still unlocking like crazy shit. And I'm looking at all the stuff, like how it's in the jars,
hanging over there.
And I'm like, I still have like 40, 50 plus stuff to get in that, and I'm like, that's insane. And they handled the progression well for like for that kind of game.
I will say, like, I've played a lot of roguelites, and stuff like that, and Dead Cells has in my opinion, has like the perfect balance of. It has these you die, lose everything elements, but the stuff that you keep, and the way that it works in that way, and how it's kind of a random roll. It's like a dice roll when you start, and like where items and stuff. It is a really good balance of how all of that stuff shakes out.
And for like people like I don't even like speedrunning, but like for some reason I was like locked into I'm like, why am I trying to race through these levels? Like it's like weird. It was.
I'm the same way. Part of it for me was the timed doors.
Yeah,
I always try to get to those timed doors.
I always try to. That's and like I'd fail miserably half the time, and that's probably why I think I got like 35, 40 plus hours in that. And look at how like I've barely cracked. I mean, there's probably not like a ton of levels, but
yeah,
I probably have gotten less than halfway through it.
What about these games just don't interest you, Mike?
Which games? Those games?
Messenger, Dead Cells.
Nothing. I got Messenger, like a couple days ago, right? It was free on PC on some capacity, I believe.
You got it on PC?
Yeah, I think
I know there was a bunch of games for Devolver that are free. You should download all of them because all of the ones they listed are fucking phenomenal.
I probably did.
Which reminds me, well, have you started playing The Messenger or no?
No, I mean I just download it because I don't turn my computer on.
Trying to think about what Mike's types of games are, at least what
It's
I
tough.
consider Mike's types of games. I don't think it's a game that is gonna like really speak to you. I would love to be wrong because I want more people to experience that game. Because again, for me, that game is not only one of my favorite games of this year. The Messenger gets put into a shelf with Shovel Knight.
All right,
Like that's
going, guess.
that's a game.
No,
that,
it's definitely a fun game. I had fun with it, but it just.
For me, it's a game, though, that I put in very high regard. And it makes me excited to see what Sabotage does next. They got free DLC coming to The Messenger in 2019, so I'm excited for that. But it's something that touched me in a very special way.
You want to show us an adult where it touched you?
Yeah, grab the... Where's my Morty? Show me on the Morty where it touched you.
It didn't touch me. It touched you.
Oh, yeah.
Where did it touch you?
In my heart.
No, notice people at home who are not watching the stream. He touched the penis.
I touched his heart.
I did see a penis touching.
Damn it! But I did touch his heart. Anyways, Messenger, fantastic. Dead Cells, fantastic. Those are both two of my highlights of this year.
This has been the year of indies for me almost, and I've always enjoyed an occasional indie, but I've played a shit ton of indies and loved every one of them.
Well, let's throw a few more indies into the mixing before we get into some of the big boys again. But Celeste, another
Amazing.
fucking phenomenal game.
That's in my top games of the year.
For me, for sure.
I still haven't finished it because of Red Dead, but.
Did you play Celeste, Mike?
I started it. I bought it on the Switch.
Okay, because Celeste for you is like that's like Meat
like
Boy.
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, and you're a Meat Boy fan. You're a big old meat fan.
I started playing it, and then I forget. I just stopped.
Because Smash probably came out. And...
Yeah, Smash came out several months later.
Oh yeah, right. Well, I bought it like right before Smash and like all these big games came out because I didn't play it right away.
No, I might have bought it. I don't know when the game came out, but I feel like I got it before the summer.
Celeste?
Yeah.
Celeste came out in January.
I might have gotten February.
Yeah, I got it like in September or October.
I got it when it came out. Celeste is fantastic. It's definitely another like pinnacle. It's some like
these indies with their music, man.
Oh my god!
Like,
Dead Cells, Messenger,
all that
Celeste. The three of those in particular, really like those spoke for indie games in 2018. Like those. Hundreds of other great indie games came out. Membrane, fantastic game. West of Loathing, one of my personal favorite games of the year. Not new to 2018. It came out on Steam a year ago or 2 years ago, but new for Switch, so it was new for me. Those three games in particular are just like, this is a statement that indie games can be these special pieces of entertainment, and if you're not on board, you're missing out on a huge, passionate part of gaming.
Yeah, you know what turned the tide for me on indies, I think, actually? It was Inside.
Inside, phenomenal game.
Dude, that game. I still think about that game. I think that could be one of my all-time favorite
game of the year from like IGN and a
few
few other places over a few other things.
That game is so fucked up in a good way. It's just so good.
I wish I could justify buying it again.
Are we talking about Inside or
I wanted to. Same thing. I have the same dilemma.
First, Limbo?
Limbo,
yeah.
I don't know if Inside
won game of the year. I never got into Limbo the way that Inside did.
I like Limbo too.
I don't think that Inside won Game of the Year over stuff because I think Inside came out the same year as Overwatch.
I actually just jumped into playing Inside on Xbox, but I would so play that on this. I actually think it depends.
They just came on sale. They came on Switch.
I know. As I'm saying, if it went on sale, I'd probably get it.
You want to play it again?
I would. I've just started playing it on Xbox again recently.
It's weird because Inside for me, it didn't hook me. Limbo.
But I'm the guy. I'm the guy who likes like weird, crazy movies, like horror, like not like horror, but like like weird, fucked up shit. Like that's like weird, fucked up game.
Yeah, I get that. We definitely have to get to a game that a lot of people would call their game of the year. Spider-Man. I love that Todd just like Snickers over here. We should get into that.
Toddy Snickers.
Todd feels a certain way about Spider-Man.
I put in a lot of hours into that game though too though. Like I played the shit out of that game.
It's a phenomenal game.
I beat the game. Like,
it's not like phenomenal game. I will tell you.
It's a phenomenal good game. Exasperated sigh, and then Brenden comes in. I will tell you.
Well, here's the thing.
It's a phenomenal game for one reason. It's so fucking fun to be Spider-Man and flying around that city and just doing that. And that whole city's enormous. and it's awesome.
It makes you feel like Spider-Man. It
Yeah.
makes you feel like Spider-Man. It makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah. But
no, but you're right. It does.
But you take that aspect out of it, and then you go through the missions, and the bosses are just boring. There's no challenge in the bosses whatsoever. The fighting is just like I said, wave after wave after wave, and those are the only things I like. And then you go to the things that we hated doing, like the science missions where it's like you're timed and you got to jump around and like put fires out over here or like shoot your webs and do this, and then like Mary Jane and Miles, and it's like those were deal breakers for me, man. Like those were just like.
I will say that for me, I enjoyed the combat.
No, I did too, but I just didn't feel it got boring after a while, and then when you started unlocking gadgets. There were some gadgets. It's like, so I just have to put this on the ground and fucking everyone's in the web. You know, like it's like, oh, okay, that's easy. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely borrows some
everything from.
I knew. For me, it was a blast. I drink whichever one.
I will.
I thoroughly enjoyed maneuvering around.
Yeah, that was so fun.
The city, like
getting the suits was fun, but like it's like the suits don't really do anything.
Yeah.
It's a
well, they did a lot for me because I spent most of my time in that game in photo mode, which was
which is another one of the best aspects of the game.
Which is good and bad because if I'm sitting here saying like, Mike, you need to get Spider-Man because photo mode is legit.
Selfies.
Yeah.
All those photo modes really good in Red Dead too. And there's people online that they're like, if you see me running around with a camera, I'm just a wartime photo. Don't shoot me. And they're like trying to get like these action shots in the middle of like gun battles in like downtown cities.
Didn't it online?
Yes,
that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Didn't it take a minute to take a photograph back then?
It's like a big camera. It's not like it's a little phone or anything. Yeah, it's like a big. Yeah,
did you get behind the
GoPro? I can't remember if it has like the legs too. It might even have the legs. I don't know when you're holding it, but yeah, that's another thing that's pretty cool of that.
I mean, that would sell me on the game if I could just go around.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna no one shoot me. You know,
it's gonna take me a minute, but I'm gonna take this photograph.
Yeah, right.
All right, nobody move. Okay, it's coming out.
That's kind of actually a really cool thing that I didn't even know was a thing because I haven't touched the online yet. But Spider-Man, I think deserves credit for being what it is. I don't personally I wouldn't give it the high honor in my opinion of making it the game of the year, but I definitely put it in my top games of the year even though I haven't finished it yet. But that'll be a trend through the games
I would give it a medal for being
that I haven't finished this year.
For being the best Spider-Man game this year.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. The problem I have with Spider-Man is if you took Spider-Man out of the equation and this was some other game, people would be like, it's a good game, but it's whatever. But everyone fucking loves Spider-Man.
It would be
infamous.
Fucking Sunset Overdrive 2.
Yeah, it would be infamous. It would be, and that's the problem I have with Spider-Man. Even though I know it's New York City and everything.
I don't think that should be a thing that takes merit away from the game though.
But it's like
because that's gonna be when
the city's very boring for a New York, and I don't need I just felt like, and that's the same way I felt with Infamous. The city was very bored. It felt like wooden. It felt like it wasn't alive, and I felt the same way with Spider-Man. And I love Infamous Second Son, the one that was on PS4.
Yeah.
But I felt the same way. I felt like I'm just going around a very empty city.
I think your mistake was not going around giving people high fives.
True. And you couldn't go emo fucking Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I can get on board with that. I can understand that train of thought, but
that's not something that would break a game for me.
I feel like a lot of people say that about Breath of the Wild, but I don't feel that way about Breath of the Wild. I feel like the world is...
Wait, was that our game of the year last year? I think that was both of ours last year.
That was 100% my game.
Yeah, I think it was both of us.
I mean, it's unfortunate that a game like Mario Odyssey also came out because that game was phenomenal.
Right, this year?
Last year.
Okay.
But yeah, last year the Switch was... Zelda, Mario Odyssey,
I already know what my
Splatoon
game of the year
2,
next year
Mario
is going
Kart
to
8.
be.
What?
Animal Crossing. So it's going to be my game of the year.
That game is going to sell fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god. If they put that out soon too, the Switch is going to be like a very... It's already huge, but it's going to be even bigger than...
My prediction is this. And this is not what this episode is about, but I'll say it real quick. We're going to get a Nintendo Direct probably next week or the week after.
Persona 5.
Past 2 years, we've gotten it around January 10 to 12, around that time. Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to get a Direct in the next couple weeks. In that Direct, we're going to see things like Yoshi's Crafted World, which is supposed to come out, Luigi's Mansion, We're gonna see Animal Crossing will probably be the closer.
I'm glad that Yoshi still hasn't come out. That game's gonna probably be awesome because they've been working on that game for a while. Like we've been hearing about that game for.
I enjoy Yoshi's Woolly World.
Same.
I like the art style. I like what they do with the Yoshi games. I like how they kind of like I don't know. I like how they like pick an art style and go full with it because like the first Yoshi game, Yoshi's story on N64 was like a pop-up storybook. So it was like everything was kind of like handcrafted looking. I like what they do with that stuff, and I'm
hoping for the next one where Yoshi's a sock puppet.
That would be fucking dope.
That's what sucks about the Wii U though, because we're double dipping on everything, and I want them to put out fucking everything that was on the Wii U.
I do too. I like because
I want a 3D World. I want fucking Yoshi again. I just bought Tropical Freeze. My wife, Amanda got me Tropical Freeze for Christmas. I'm loving it.
I don't need them to put out Yoshi's Woolly World again, just because Crafted World is coming, and so they probably won't for that reason. Yeah. What's still stuck on that system that I want to come so bad is the Fire Emblem Persona game that was fucking amazing.
Sure, I would like that if I played.
I forgot what the fuck it's called. We did this last week too, and I forgot what it's called. It's something FE. Fuck, I forget what it's called. That game is amazing. I would love that to be on the Switch. And then, anyways, to wrap up my quick thought about next year, we're gonna have that Direct in January. It's gonna show all these things. And the closer will either be Animal Crossing or another Smash announcement. But what I anticipate happening is that I think we're gonna get Animal Crossing before E3.
I hope so.
Because I wouldn't be shocked if Nintendo's thing the past few years at E3 has been 2 years ago or 3 years ago it was Breath of the Wild was their E3 booth. It was just Zelda. The year after, it was just Mario Odyssey. And then the year after that, it was, this past year, it was just Smash, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I think so.
So, if they're going to keep that trend going, we're going to get Animal Crossing hopefully early in the year. I think the plan is early midsummer.
I know everyone wants like Metroid Prime, and like a new one, and I'd be like, if I get Metroid Prime over Animal Crossing, I'm going to fucking fuck people up.
No, Metroid Prime's not coming next year, because their E3 in 2019 is going to be Pokemon Gen 8.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Very optimistic of you to believe that there'll still be an E3 2 years from now.
Next year, 2019.
Still optimistic.
There's going to be an E3. They already fucking announced it. I think their booth is going to be Pokemon Gen 8. And I think Switch is going to have a fucking baller year because they have a ridiculous lineup of games coming out in Animal Crossing. But kind of barreling through here. Some games we didn't talk about. West of Loathing for me. Phenomenal game. I'm so happy that came to the Switch because it allowed me to experience that because I would have missed that on Steam.
We haven't even talked about God of War yet.
We haven't been talking about God of War. I'll to finish up on Spider-Man for me, one of my favorite games of the year. Not my high honor, but one of my favorite games for sure. I enjoyed it. Would it be in your list of like your top 10 games of the year?
Don't even want to go back and play it.
Top 10 games of the year though?
Top 10? Probably not.
Wow.
I don't know. No, I shouldn't say that.
Have you put a lot of time into it, Mike?
Nope.
I put like 60 hours into it.
Did you like what you played so far?
I liked it.
Are you going to go back to it?
Yeah, probably.
Would you say it's one of the better games to come out this year?
Again,
I know you haven't played a lot. You've seen a lot, but
I've seen a lot. So I mean, yeah, sure, I'd put it up there, but might be mostly because of name recognition at this point. But
which is
that's
still
what
fine,
I think is like the biggest draw of that game. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
It's not fair to put that as a mark against it, in my opinion.
No, I get it.
But Todd brought up God of War, so we can roll into God of War. God of War is the reason why not the reason, but it is what finally urged me to purchase a PS4. Granted, I also took advantage of the sale, and I got a PS4 Pro for like $100. Anyways, I deal in the deals. You know what I'm saying? But God of War is gorgeous. Throwing the Leviathan axe.
I was gonna say it's like one of the best weapons they've. It's like it's gonna go down as being one of the best weapons they've ever introduced into a game. Kind of like the way in Half-Life 2, the gravity gun. Like people fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
And everything. Like it's.
It will definitely be one of the greatest video game weapons of all time. It pretty much lets you feel like Thor. That's how I envision if they made a Thor game.
Thor next one.
Bro, what the fuck? Spoilers.
No, not spoilers.
No, something got spoiled for me fucking big time.
Oh, but that's why like
don't talk about it though.
But that's why I had a hard time going between Red Dead and that, because that is not something I was ever expecting. And everyone's like, "What the fuck are they talking?" Well, people who played it know, but
so let me ask real quick: does Red Dead or God of War have a better story for you?
It's tough, man. They were both great. That's probably why they're both my favorite games. Like,
because you're a big story guy.
Yeah.
You're a big movie guy.
Yeah, that's both.
You're a big John Wick guy.
Who was it? Yeah,
Did John Wick 2 come out this year?
No.
Oh. Right.
John Wick 3's coming out though next year.
They said that as long as people buy tickets, they will keep churning out John Wick.
Wait,
is that what they said?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. As long as they're good.
Who makes that movie?
It's the ex-director of it's the choreographer of The Matrix.
This is how much you know Todd is a movie guy. When I said who makes that movie, and Todd's like, "Oh, it's directed by this." I meant like, is it Universal?
Oh
is
no,
it
I have no
Sony?
idea.
No, it's
one of those weird independent.
It's not a big guy.
No, it is a big guy. Because, like, it's
a little guy, part of the big guy.
Part of the big guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, Lionsgate, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
I have no idea because I haven't watched John Wick, because I watched good films like Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, I mean, that's not fair because I'm sure that movie's amazing.
At some point, we will get to the movies, I think.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, Brendan's criteria for best movie is just, like, it's a superhero movie that I watched this year. One of the 4 that came out.
Listen, Michael, like I said prior to us recording, when we get to movies and
it's not even all superhero movies. It's just the 4 Marvel movies that came out.
But I've said this too with God of War. Going back to it, is that also having a kid in the last couple of years, it's one of those games that's like, oh, cool.
A kid or a squid?
I already got a keto.
That was just another thing that added like something a little special to the game itself, and like I was a fan of the old God of Wars. I was never diehard for them. Like I actually preferred Devil May Cry over the old God of Wars. Like that was like my like kind of game.
I never played an old God of War.
Yeah, I only played 3, and 3 was great, but
yeah,
at the same time, this is way more my speed. I like the slowed down but still aggressive kind of combat.
Yeah,
it's crazy what they did if you really think about it. They completely turned around what they created, a huge franchise. They're like, we're going in a complete different direction. Just bear with us. Let's see how it goes. And they fucking knocked it out of the park. This is why I have such a hard time between this and Red Dead. Because this game is incredible. And, like, I still, like, I want to say God of War is my game of the year. But, I mean, being such a huge fan of, like I said, Red Dead 1, and, that just was, there was never a God of War that, like, grabbed me like this beforehand.
No, so I get that part. For me, I like to play games sometimes on their hardest difficulty because I'm a fucking idiot.
That's what I did for God of War. I had to turn it down.
I still am playing God of War on the highest difficulty. I feel like if I didn't put it on the highest difficulty, I probably would have finished it by now.
You're not going to finish it, I don't think. Well, you will, but you're going to fucking really buckle down.
I'm used to the difficulty. You just have to fight very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
But because at key moments I would die a lot, it wouldn't allow me to progress in the game far quickly. So I will go back to the game because that's one of the games that I played this year that I didn't actually get to finish. That is one of the games that I'm like, fuck, I need to really etch out time to play God of War.
I think you need to drop it down. Only reason I say it, because I'm the same as you, I always put hardest difficulty.
I may.
But with that game, maybe you might make it pretty far. It gets to a point towards the end where there's a battle that I was at, like, I had to put it down to fucking easy. Like, it was that bad. And I was like, I don't know how I can get through this. How is anyone beating this?
We'll see. If it gets that bad, I will turn it down because I do want to actually finish the game.
And did you ever get to the Valkyries in that game?
No.
Those are the hidden gems of that game. So, like, there's all these bosses, but there's these hidden Valkyries. It's like these little mini bosses. They are fucking impossible. It's like, it's what's the game that everyone plays? Dark Souls. It is the Dark Souls of that game. It is like, you can't beat them. You have to be like a god tier to beat, especially like the Queen. It's impossible. So
yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you'd like it. You definitely would like it.
I've had more time over the course of the year to reflect on the games that I haven't finished. I'm like, what am I going to actually go back to? I'll finish Spider-Man because that's not that hard. I'm already far into it. Enough. And I want to actually finish God of War because I feel like the more that I think about it, it might not end up being one of the best games I ever played, but I didn't really enjoy I enjoyed the cinematography of
the
that
opening,
game.
like with the boss, like
oh my
yeah, it's so
God.
good. It's
and I'm not normally one that cares that much. I mean, my favorite franchise is arguably Zelda, and the story in that game is not like in your face. It's not a lot of story, but I love that franchise. I'm not a big story guy. It's not like I don't care so much about like I almost am a fan of give me less cutscenes, give me more gameplay. I want to play a game. God of War is just so fucking beautiful with how they tell you the story. It's almost like the scene when you're fighting that guy at the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's like Birdman, where it's like shot with one camera.
That's what I was
like, it's
say.
so
well,
good.
It's funny you say that because that's where I was going. There's no cutscenes in that. I mean, there's no
loading
screens. There's no loading screens in that game. No, zero. No, there's not.
When you die, maybe.
Maybe when you die. Well, that's about it. But it's you know how like some games are like you go through a door or anything. That was the big thing. That's like the big thing about that game. It's a one continuous thing. And that's why, that's not many games would ever do that.
The way that it goes from cutscene to gameplay is fucking flawless. Amazing. It really feels
There's one other game that reminds me of that, and that was Metal Gear 4 on PlayStation 3. Metal Gear 4 was the same way. You're running through, like, all of a sudden you're watching cutscenes, and then all of a sudden it just, like, pans into Snake, and you're like, holy shit, that was amazing. That doesn't usually, cutscenes don't blend like that, and that's how God of War was.
Yeah. God of War... Though I haven't finished it, I'm probably not even halfway through, embarrassingly enough to say, would be on my top games of this year.
It sucks that, this is a great year for games. I mean, I know everyone says that
back-to-back years. You know? No, they don't say it every year, but back-to-back years, it's been phenomenal fucking years for games. Mike, what's another game off of Michael's top 4?
You got this.
Let's see. So, what did I play? Played Beat Saber. Played Super Hot.
You didn't play Monster Hunter. I feel like that would be up his alley, no?
There's a lot
of games. I forgot about that game.
There's a lot of games that I would say would be up Michael's alley.
Yeah.
And...
Stop watching the anime shit, like Yuri on Ice and everything, and fucking start playing.
How dare you? How dare you besmirch Yuri on Ice? Let's see.
I love how Todd brought up Monster Hunter and probably didn't see that
right now. No, I didn't actually.
We're fighting an engine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well...
Super Hot VR?
I played that. I wouldn't call it... It was fun.
I had a blast with that on regular. I can only imagine what it's like on VR.
What about, what else? I mean, obviously Smash. We'll say that to the end.
Smash is fine.
Smash is fine!
Let's see. And I was, trying to count the game. Like, oh, yeah, because you'd mentioned that Dragon Ball FighterZ came out this year.
Yeah.
And I forgot because I bought it, played it a little bit, and then, legit just kind of forgot I had it.
How's that community?
Yeah.
Dead?
No, I mean it has a huge fighting game presence. Like the fighting game community loves that game. I don't know where the platform breakdowns are. I mean, if I hop on Xbox, I'm sure I can find matches no problem.
Apparently, it recently got pulled from a bunch of tournaments.
Why?
No one's quite sure. They have their suspicions that it's like one of the companies that owns or has the rights to Dragon Ball Z probably was like, hey, don't use our game in your tournaments anymore because we're not getting paid for it, or some weird shit like that. But
doesn't one company own the rights in the U.S.? Isn't it Bandai?
It's so people don't think it's Bandai. It's probably like Toei Animation or Toei. I forget what the actual company is called.
Weird.
But that's what people
not
think.
Good. Somebody will rectify that somewhere along the line because, or if not, it'll unfortunately just get relegated to official tournaments or something.
I think it recently got pulled from Evo Japan or some it got pulled from a bunch of tournaments.
Well deserving.
That doesn't even make any sense. That's news to me. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Would you call that one of your favorite games of this year?
It's a cool game. I don't know what I would call it because I like the game.
Yeah.
On paper, but I haven't played it for no reason other than I just didn't feel like getting up and taking it out of the case and putting it back in my Xbox.
I see that I played it here, but that game is. I mean, you guys have a long history with fucking liking the show itself and everything, so obviously that's a game for you guys. But
I mean, for one, it's one of the most beautiful fighting games because it looks like you're watching a fight. Just the way it moves. It's just the way that they animated the cell shading. It looks it looks like a cartoon. Like, it looks like it's a moving cartoon, and it's fucking ridiculous that they can pull that off. I would love to see them continue to use that technology in other types of games, because if they made like a 3D game that looked like that, I would be fucking all, like, anybody. I would be all about that. Because I like cel shading to begin with. Like, Wind Waker is one of my favorite games. I love that art style. I think it's fucking beautiful. There was a random car game for PS2 called Automodelista that was like a cel shaded racing game that was fucking gorgeous to look at. I love that art style. I don't think it's utilized enough. I think a lot of people look at it and say, oh, that's a kiddie art style, but I think it, in the right hands, it's a fucking beautiful art style.
It just sucks because, like, speaking of Dragon Ball Z, and, like, Soul Calibur was probably one of my favorite games of this year. But, like, what sucks about Soul Calibur is I don't have any friends that play that game. Like, no one will buy that game, no one plays that game, so it's
meant to buy it.
I have an Xbox now, I'll buy it now.
It's fucking good, too. It's so fucking...
I just spaced out.
Well, the next time it goes on sale on Xbox Live, I'll buy it so me and Doc.
I know Joe will get it once fucking they drop fucking what's her name?
1B B or whatever. 1B.
Yeah.
What's her name?
2B.
2B. We are running long. I don't know how long we're trying to do this for, so I want to try to push.
I only have like 2 more hours, so.
Oh shit! It's a 3-peat. I don't know. These beers are starting to kick in. Hollow Knight is another game I wanted to bring up that I think, again, it didn't release this year, but it released on Switch this year, so it's new to a lot of people. How do you feel about Hollow Knight?
I fucking love Hollow Knight. It's another one. It's like on my tops of this year too.
Top 10?
Oh yeah, it's top 5 probably.
Top 5!
It's like 6, 7, maybe around that area.
Which is so weird to me that you...
It's weird that you say that because 6 and 7 are actually not in the top 5.
Yeah, no, Why you gotta say because I don't have Messenger on there?
Yeah,
because it's more my style though. Like that.
What
that
is
kind of game.
But haven't you got to the Metroidvania part of Messenger?
Yeah. Just did nothing for me.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, just didn't do anything for me.
What does Noob say? God damn. That's what I was trying to think of. I watched that episode recently.
But Hollow Knight is so good because you like just get fucking lost, and then halfway through you're like, wait, I'm playing the same game, and I'm like. There's no one's telling me where I'm going. I'm just fucking digging deeper and deeper.
So,
and like,
I love Hollow Knight. I love the art style. I love the animation.
Music's so
I love
good.
the game.
That's another one. Another indie game that's fucking knocking out the music.
I will say that one of the issues I have with Hollow Knight is that I feel like I get lost. Like, I feel like I don't always know how to progress.
I'm okay with that though because there's no other game.
I'm okay with it to an extent.
Like that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's usually no other game.
So then I guess let me ask you this: are you not a big Metroidvania guy? Like, do you not play Metroid or Castlevania or games like that?
So I haven't played. I only played like Metroid and Castlevania games that were on like Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Anything after that, I've never. These are like my first. I don't know what's considered those games though. To be honest with you.
Metroid, Super Metroid.
Like
Metroid
after
Fusion.
Super Metroid though, I haven't played anything. Like, after the Super NES version, I did not play any Metroid.
But you like Super Metroid?
Yeah, loved it. I loved Metroid.
Fucking finish the Messenger.
I fucking loved Metroid, the first Metroid. I used to play the shit out of that, like when I was young, and that's not a game for like a younger kid.
Oh, I doubt they'll ever bring it back anywhere else. But you know what you should do? I have plenty of extra Game Boy Advances somewhere. I should let you borrow it. Metroid First Mission is a remake of the first Metroid, but way better. You would fucking love it.
Is Metroid on the classic NES?
The first one is, yeah. Should be.
I'm just gonna open that and tell Liam I never fucking opened it. And it's fucking...
No, it's on the fucking... It's on your Switch.
It's on Switch. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot to even have that. Jesus Christ.
That's what I thought you meant at
Something
first,
I
and then you said you're going to open it.
Only reason I have
it's on
that,
your Switch.
Yeah, I only have that because fucking for online games, I don't even use that. Like,
there's good games in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's like fantastic games there. There's games we can play them online together.
Yeah, I know, but you have to like. It's like you can't join with random people. You have to.
But you can play together.
Yeah.
So you want to get fucked up in Super Dodgeball? Let's fucking.
I tried playing it. That game was so bad.
It's great.
Is it really?
Me and Mike played it
is
together.
It
oh yeah, we did play that.
It's
game.
fucking great.
That game was weird.
Yeah, but it was so good. The Russian dude was fucking us up, or the bald guy, whatever he was.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Russian.
Yeah.
USSR.
Yeah.
He came to play.
Yeah, it was like playing that. Like me and Mike on the couch was amazing. But to kind of push through some more games here. PSVR is new to the three of us this year. We all picked one up.
We all did get it too, yeah.
And this year, they came out with fucking bangers.
No, dude, it's fucking PSVR is like my sleeper of like that hardware in general is like it's so fucking good.
It is crazy how much I love the games they put out this year on PSVR. Moss, Astrobot, Firewall Zero Hour, Beat Saber, Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
All 5 of those games are 5 of my favorite games of this year. Like, they're phenomenal. And I only have played the 5 of them since November.
I've been randomly out in accounts for my job, and when I'm like, or I've been at like a bar, and like one of my accounts I go into, the bartender we talk about games all the time, and we talk about Firewall. Yeah, right. We talk about Firewall, and this guy was next to me, and it was an older dude, and he's like he said he was a retired vet, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to him what the game is. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. You know, it's like a random dude at the bar. What do you say to him? And he's like, that sounds fucking awesome. And he's like, I'm like, no, it's really cool. I'm like, it's squad based. You feel like you're walking through a hotel, looking around, like peeking around corners and everything. And that game's fucking awesome. That like, you always thought like VR would be the future and everything. And like when I bought this VR and like started playing some of these games, I'm like, wow, this is like the first time. It's like I saw a lot of people on the Nintendo voice chat group say like the first time they played Astrobot, they were like, this is like me playing Mario 64 for the first time.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I will say Astrobot for me,
it's crazy good. Yeah.
It feels like what would happen if Nintendo made a VR game. Like that's what it feels like, a Nintendo quality.
And they need to roll with that. They need to make him like their mascot, because PlayStation doesn't really have a mascot at this point. Like that.
They don't.
It needs. Yeah, that game was awesome. Yeah, all that stuff was great. And I still didn't even try. I can't even wait to try Super Hot, because I know I'm gonna have a blast with that.
Yeah, you need to get move controllers. I'm telling you, and Beat Saber is life changing. And Tetris Effect, which we'll just hop into, another one of my favorite games of the year. Though it's very short, it's like, did I let you play it, Mike?
You're
not a big Tetris guy though.
Yeah, he let me play it, and I was like, all right, that's cool. But at that point, I think I'd already played Beat Saber, so I just didn't care. Because as far as I recall, it was just me playing Tetris, except my face was strapped into like a fucking goggle thing.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll say about Tetris Effect is that Tetris alone, phenomenal game. I love Tetris. What Tetris Effect does, because it's made by the same guy that makes Luminous. Have you ever played Luminous?
I don't know.
It's
really familiar.
I listened to the Lumineers.
It's not the same. It's a puzzle game that interacts with the music playing. Like,
I don't think I've played it, but I've seen.
It's very different than Tetris. It's phenomenal, but what he has done with Tetris is like, the gameplay doesn't really change around the music, but the music reacts to the pieces and that you place and switch and stuff, and when you're doing it in VR, I actually haven't tried it outside of VR. I wonder if it would still be like as fun as it is to me. But when you're playing it in VR, it's like the perfect. I'm just transported. I'm like fully taking in the music. The visuals aren't like incredibly stunning, but it puts me in a different space where when I take the headset off, I'm just fucking relaxed. Like, it's such a perfect, just zen out game. Tetris Effect, oh man. I don't think it's a reason to buy a PSVR, but if you have a PSVR, it's a game you should buy. Does anyone need a beverage? Because I'm texting Jen to bring us drinks. Do you need a drink?
Wow, this is what you're doing? No, I don't need anything.
Do you want another beer?
What do we got?
These are empty.
Have her bring the fresh pick.
Yes. Be sure to send the clap, clap, chop, chop.
I mean, Tetris Effect, fantastic. Beat Saber, we got Moss, which I think I'm the one who's played Moss. You played Moss?
Yeah.
You have Moss?
Yeah.
Oh, Moss.
Yeah, we got the same package. Yeah.
Okay,
Moss was great.
Fantastic.
Moss was like the first game I put in, and I was like, I remember like looking around, and I'm like, I turned around, and there's like all these giant trees behind you, and I'm like, there's a giant eagle. I'm like, Amanda, put this headset on right now. And then like when you look into there's like a puddle of water on the ground, and you look in, and you look down, and it's just a reflection of your mask, and it was pretty damn cool. Like that's the one that like I was like, oh, this is legit. This is fucking where I'm at.
You know water or anything, Mike? Coke, anything?
Okay, pull the parts.
Sure.
Yeah, all right.
Moss is up there for me. I don't know if it make my top 10, but phenomenal game.
Yeah,
again,
great.
those
utilizes that whole.
Oh my god, it's so good. If you have a PSVR, those 5 games, in my opinion, you need to own.
That's all you need.
Firewall Zero Hour, another fantastic game.
Fucking amazing.
It's the only game. I'll say this: I adjusted some things, Mike, for Beat Saber. I know you had mentioned you had some issues with like tracking and like whatever.
It seems to be the case for a lot of those games, though.
I adjusted some settings for Beat Saber. Beat Saber, flawless. I had 0 issues the last time I played it. Everything was perfect. There was nothing that felt laggy, nothing that felt like it drifted off the screen. Everything was fucking perfect. There's a setting you can go into that's like adjust the floor.
Adjust the floor. I did that.
When you do that, there's one other thing. Like I reset my headset to like make it everything match basically. Yeah. And once I reset the floor, phenomenal.
Fuck, maybe I'll just go buy the fucking Move controllers tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
I was sitting in my room like adjusting the floor, and then I had to ask my Google Home Mini. I was like, "Hey, what's my height in centimeters, please?" They're like, "You're 175 centimeters."
See, I didn't even do that because I have my camera set up in a weird spot. So I just basically fit it to where it made sense to play the game.
Well, after I like adjusted it for my height, like I put in the centimeters that my thing told me, like it worked. It was fine. Like that's exactly where it should have been.
What the fuck,
bro? She's bringing 2 more beers. Shout out to Jen, friend of the show.
Not really.
Fan of the show.
Nah, also not true.
But 2 of the other big games that dropped that Todd is one of the only ones that play one of them, which I don't even know I'm bringing it up that way. These beers are really kicking in. Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yeah, you played it.
Well, I was gonna say Battlefield as well, and then I stopped saying Battlefield.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. I don't know why I phrased the sentence that way.
You played it with me.
So Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Personally, I'm not a big Call of Duty guy. I know Mike's not a big shooty guy, besides Overwatch. Black Ops 4, which again, just happenstance, is also in the background right now, is
playing this, guys.
One of my favorite games of the year, which is so weird to say.
Well, it's so funny because I wasn't gonna fucking buy it.
I wasn't either, but Blackout changed my life.
No, because you were like, you're gonna buy it, and I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. Sorry. And you're like, whoa,
careful,
we're filming in
here.
You
can come in, but just be careful, like.
Whoa, we are filming right now.
You're fantastic.
Thank you
so much, Jen. We got a fresh pick, and we got a BBC coming in, dazzling gleam. Maple black raspberry milkshake.
Do you want like?
No.
Water?
Nah.
You don't want crack or anything?
Thank you so much, Jen. We love you, Jen. Thanks. You're the
Can I just say that yesterday, I got home and I was like, you know what? I really want some goddamn birthday cake Oreos. I had to get out of my house and drive to Stop and Shop. And I left like the box on like my nightstand next to my bed. So like every once in a while I'll bump into my nightstand. No, I'll bump into my nightstand and then like I'll just get a whiff of cookie and be like, damn, that smells good.
Full disclosure. Christmas Day. I'm at my parents' house. I wasn't feeling well, so I couldn't drink any beer really. So I didn't. I had a cider.
I did too. I did too.
I split one with Jen. I wanted to drink so bad on my day off.
Right.
Anyways, I digress. I was like, moving to my parents' house. It's the holidays. I haven't had a soda in fucking months. Like, I haven't had a soda in so long. I don't drink soda anymore. I was like, my parents will have Coca-Cola. I'll have a Coke. And Christmas. That's fine.
He opened the back door of his car and fucking like 8 cans of Coke rolled out of his He's full of shit.
So, I go there. They don't have any fucking soda.
Love it.
Because my mom's like healthy now.
You don't need that shit.
You don't. So I was like, it was weird because going into my parents' house, I was like, I'm a soda guy. Well, I used to be a soda guy. I don't drink soda anymore. I'm going to treat myself with a Coke. It's been a busy holiday season at work. Like, all these things. I'm like, I'm going to have a Coca-Cola. Like, I just want a Coke. I can't have a beer. I'm going to have a Coke. It'll make me feel better. They didn't have soda. I drank like 8 bottles of water. Split a cider with Jen. Come home. Next day. Get home from work. Jen's sitting around. I'm sitting around. We're going to watch the last couple episodes of Marvelous Miss Maisel. And I'm like, you know what? I really fucking want a soda, and we don't have soda because I don't drink soda anymore.
And we've talked about this recently because I told you recently, like I was like,
you got the mini Cokes.
Yeah, I got the mini Cokes. I was back on the soda train, and like recently, and I stopped. I haven't had soda in probably like a month and a half now. But every once in a while, I'm like, I want something to drink. I'm thirsty. I'm like, I want a fucking soda. And then I look and I'm like, never have it in my fridge anyways. And then I drink soda water, but soda water just doesn't do the same thing as like having like a Coke or a Sprite or anything.
No, it definitely doesn't. But it's funny because on Wednesday night,
soda of the year.
Ooh, Mr. Pibb.
Mountain Dew Ice.
Moxie.
Get Todd, leave. Don't even joke about that.
Moxie?
Yeah. I used to love Moxie.
So does Dom. Dom loves Moxie.
Yeah.
I don't know
Both of you guys are fucking disgusting.
Whoa. But what I'll say is this. Wednesday, day after Christmas, didn't have soda in the house. Don't drink soda. What I used to do back in the day when I kicked soda for like I stopped drinking soda for like years. Water and cranberry juice were my fucking go-tos. Whenever I had the craving for soda and I really wanted soda, like a sugary drink, I'd replace it with 100% real cranberry juice. Like not like sugar juice, like fake juice.
Mm.
Something that was 100% juice. I swapped to a cranberry juice and it made me love cranberry juice. And I really think it's the only reason why I love cranberry juice now is because I swapped that like taste.
Great.
Like I swapped that feeling in my brain or whatever to be like, no, when you want soda, I used to drink half water, half cranberry juice.
Wait, you pour it together?
I'd cut it.
Who hurt you?
It was just a way to cut soda out of my life, and it helped. So whenever I crave soda, if it's like bad, like again, I don't drink soda anymore. Drank some cranberry juice. When I was at the fucking Target yesterday, Mike, I was feeling salty. I was feeling spicy. I was feeling special. I was like, you know what? Jen's not feeling well. She got what I had. What does Jen need at the store? Get me ice cream. Okay, no problem. I'll get some ice cream. It's no problem. I'm in the store. I'm thinking, oh, it's Thursday. Friday's coming up. Friday we're going to record this fucking episode. You know what Mike and Dom never get to enjoy when they're at my house anymore? Soda. Because I don't fucking carry soda in my house. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna buy a 12 of fucking Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy a 12 of Coke. So I buy the 12 of Coke, come home last night, we're having dinner, and I'm like, Jen, I don't want you to judge me, but I'm gonna have a soda right now. No judgment, that's fine. I drank a Coke. It didn't taste good. It didn't fucking taste good. I couldn't drink it. So now, as a personal test to myself, I put multiple Cokes in the fridge. Knowing that you and Dom are supposed to come. Sorry, Dom's car. I put multiple Cokes in the fridge. Knowing that you guys would come to drink some. But also knowing, when I open my fridge and I want to drink, there's cold fucking Coca-Cola in there. I'm not going to drink it. That's a promise. That's a promise.
You just need to get stoned and you'll be drinking that.
I like to believe now that Brenden becomes like an angry Coca-Cola drinker. Like he'll have like a couple cans. He'll be like, Jen, people.
It's like
yeah.
It'll be like Will Ferrell when he's eating the cake in the office. He's like, I hate you. He opens another one. He's like,
that would be funny. That'd be a good bit. We should make that happen.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know why I went on that soda tangent.
Because I was talking about my Oreos.
We were at Black Ops.
Yeah.
Black Ops, fucking fantastic. It was.
Let me say this.
Say it.
Blackout's fucking amazing. Awesome. Best
part of the game.
Best battle royale mode I've played. The multiplayer still has that bullet lag issue shit that I don't like, and I kind of fucking it just bothers me. It's just, and then I play Battlefield, and I'm like, oh, I'm shooting my bullets at someone, and they're actually hitting them, and they're registering, and it's like it seems legit. Whereas the online of Call of Duty's. Whatever they use for servers, I don't know if it's private, if it's like us or whatever, I'm hardwired and I have no issues with any other game. I just feel like I'm running around a wall and all of a sudden I'm dead. And then you watch the replay and you're like, the bullets are curving.
I think it's just Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's something that I played Call of Duty, you know me. When we first met,
I don't know you.
I was religious to that fucking game. That was my shit.
Well, that's why it's so weird with this Call of Duty. Every year, Michael. Every fucking year. Todd's like, just get Call of Duty, we'll play it. I'm like, I buy Call of Duty the last couple times I buy it.
Last year.
And I didn't either. But I'll buy a Call of Duty because Todd is like, we'll play it. I'll buy it. And guess what fucking happens? He'll play it. I don't fucking play it. I hate Call of Duty.
Blackout mode is great, though.
When this Call of Duty was coming out, Todd kept saying, I'm not buying Call of Duty.
And
I'm like, Todd.
And then the day it came out, I'm like,
good. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. You need to buy it because I'm gonna buy this game. And it finally comes out. I buy it. Todd buys it. A bunch of us buy it. Blackout is the reason I bought that game.
Same.
Zombies is okay.
Zombies is great, but we just never tapped into it.
If I had an Xbox. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is a great game because I think it may be the best battle royale.
I think it is.
I know you think.
Clean.
I know.
Clean.
I mean, again, PUBG has its issues. This is a very clean, for the most part, clean experience. It's very.
I'm curious how PUBG's doing these days. Can't be doing well.
No, I'm sure it's doing fine, and it just came out on PS4. It's
definitely,
it's definitely doing fine. There's still plenty of millions of people that play PUBG. PUBG's not going anywhere.
They were late to the party that they created. Almost.
No, I'll tell you right now.
Like Fortnite created
I'll tell you right now.
But people were into Fortnite before PUBG because PUBG wasn't on fucking everything. So like
here in that, and lo and behold, there's the problem.
Yes, absolutely.
I love Microsoft. I want them to succeed so badly. The worst thing PUBG did
was go to them.
Was go to Xbox as a
present. You went to the smaller user base.
Because when they did that, Fortnite said, "We're going everywhere." Yeah. And also, we're going to be able to play with everyone across everything. Fortnite is in its own caliber.
That's a bad game.
I enjoy Fortnite. I'm not like a Fortnite stan. I like Fortnite. But that was probably the worst thing that PUBG did, was go to Xbox.
I agree.
I think the worst thing they did was go to Xbox with an unpolished game.
Oh, it was beyond unpolished.
Well,
yeah, that's a good point, actually.
If it was just a better game.
I remember you were in the party every time we were playing the first month, and you're like, "Oh, I should definitely buy this game."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh yeah, guys, let's jump at Pachinki."
Yeah, right.
Not for nothing, I will say, Fortnite and PUBG, not a one-to-one. They're different gameplay. They're completely different gameplay, and Fortnite has this little thing going for it called it's fucking free 99.
That's it.
Like $30 compared to free, that's a big difference.
And you'll forgive a lot of things for being free.
Huh?
Yeah, if
so you'll forgive a lot of things for being free.
Exactly. If like the game's having issues, you're like, well, I didn't fucking pay for it.
Well,
so
that's the
work
thing.
yourself out. And
but they still did a good job.
Fortnite,
yeah, absolutely.
Fortnite has always been a solid game, and because Fortnite has become what it has become, Epic is very on top of if there's an issue. Like recently, maybe a month ago, they added the Infinity Blade.
Yeah.
And there was issues with it. They took it out of the game. Like right away. It's like, no, we're not fucking up what we have going. It's coming out of the game. I think they have a very smart monetization model, which you don't need to get into right here, but I feel like they have a very smart monetization model where it's completely optional to pay for their season pass, also completely optional to buy skins and stuff, and everything you pay money for is all cosmetic.
It's like Overwatch, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Overwatch, in my opinion, smart business, smart monetization model.
Can't give them shit for something that you don't have to have. It's
exactly.
It doesn't affect gameplay. It doesn't affect anything. It's just it is what it is.
You can still. I mean, people with Overwatch in particular will get into the percentage drop rate with loot boxes is fucking not good, whatever.
It's trash.
But at the same time,
it's
all cosmetic, so it doesn't doesn't
when
affect
I play
the
so
game.
much, I usually have enough coin every fucking event that I'm good.
It blows my mind how much coin you have. It's always like, oh, how much coin you have? Oh, I have fucking 10,000. I'm gonna buy every skin. I'm like, what?
Well, I have 11,000 at this point, and to be fair, Todd has that much coin because he gets a lot of duplicates because he just buys loot boxes.
No, I haven't bought loot boxes in months.
Did you buy any for this current event?
I didn't.
Halloween event.
Maybe one time. And
Summer
games. It was probably 5. Probably 5. I haven't bought months at all. I'm dead serious.
5.
I play a shit ton though. If you look at my hours per season,
does play a lot.
I have like a ridiculous amount of hours every season. So it's like
it's the same reason why he has gold guns for onst every character.
Yeah, that's
what plays so much.
Because I win and fucking
well, winning doesn't affect your gold.
It does. That's how you get. That's how you have to win in competitive to get points.
No, you still get them if you lose.
No, nope.
Yes, you do.
No, you have to win.
Yes, you do. You're a fucking liar.
No, dead serious.
No, you get more if you win.
No, you get 0 if you lose. You get if you get 5 or 10.
Mike, Google it real quick because I don't fucking trust this guy.
I bet my life on it.
What's
talking to the guy.
What are the things called?
The last 2 years, I've invested. I think about 3 months.
Mike, he bet his life on it. So when he's wrong right now, you get his life. You get a baby boy.
No, and that's the funniest thing about I said this to you the other night. I'm like, if you look at my wins per season, and you see my rank per season, you're like, this motherfucker won 150 matches. How is he so low?
Yeah.
It's every time it's like.
I wanna. We're running way over. I don't want to be. I mean, I'll be here all night, but I don't want to do this too long. Other games that deserve to be mentioned when we're talking about Game of the Year here. I would throw out
look at my list.
Gris. It's a new game. I'm not finished with it yet. The gameplay isn't super taxing, but the art style and music, again, a theme of indie games this year, music, phenomenal.
That's what drives me in. I just want good music, and I don't. There's games like it's like Journey for PlayStation. That's like another game that's like it's not challenging. It's just like more about like the environment, the music, and
For me, it is one of the most enjoyable experiences as far as experiencing the visual and audio. Like, I lay in bed with my headphones on and I'm just fucking transported. Biggest letdowns.
Whoa. We missed one very... Oh, unless you want to save that to the end. But I want to say, like, for someone who is not very good at Smash... Smash.
Oh my god, we didn't talk about Smash.
No, we didn't talk about Smash.
Also, I need to bring up Monster Hunter World.
No,
Joe's not here. So.
Yeah. I will say...
I had a blast with
Monster Hunter World was phenomenal. I tried to revisit it multiple times over the course of the year.
I probably would have been having a blast if I did, though.
I did. I got Joe to join me once, but for Joe, this game was such a phenomenal game that he bought it full price on Xbox, played hundreds of hours, and then bought it full price again on PS4 because none of us played it with him anymore. And he put in hundreds of more hours.
So he texted me the other night, and he took a screenshot of his hours, and
he said that to me.
And he circled it, and then I put ha ha ha, and I took a screenshot of my Overwatch hours and circled it, and it was like 400 to 2,800, and and he just started laughing. He's like, "Oh, okay."
So, quick thing. What I was looking at just now, it basically said, starting from season 1 like onwards, like you didn't get competitive points for losing games, and in the first season you didn't get points even if you tied. So you had to win at least in the first.
You have to win. It's the only
and then, but like subsequent seasons, you got them for winning or tying, but I don't think you got them for losing. Yeah, I have to look more, but that's what Todd might be right.
Weird.
It's weird.
I mean, he should.
That's why I have 15 golden guns right now, because I fucking win and then throw matches.
But he's stuck in bronze.
Right.
Dom said his game of the year is Celeste.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I love it. We talked about it. He's all about that.
I'm with him on. I mean, like, it's not my game of the year, but it's fucking.
It's in my top 10.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
in my top 10 for sure.
100%.
Monster Hunter World is a game that, unfortunately, again, in a world that we live in, where there's so many. In a world that we live in, there's so many.
Two brothers.
Fighting nuns with pasta guns. Wasn't that one of those?
Something like that. Also, the moon is
such a great episode. There's so many games that vie for your attention, whether it be Overwatch, Fortnite, something else that's a living, breathing game. For some people, Destiny 2. It
was great, but it's just
the Forsaken update, the newest update, is supposed to be incredible. I'm like struggling to not buy it right now. It's $30. I'm like,
just fucking release a new
like
Destiny
all these
and get
games
your shit together, dude.
No,
you guys want me to get
I won't do that.
for free somewhere else.
Regardless, in a world where so many things are struggling to take your time and own your time, Monster Hunter lost that battle.
Yeah, it did.
I would love for it to...
We played it for like a month and a half, 2 months straight.
We still put a lot of hours into that game.
Even Dom was on that all the time.
That was the best part. It was like me, you, Dom, Joe. And if Mike got in, it would have been great. But Mike's like, you guys are going to stop. Yeah, but Mike could have hung.
And I saved myself the money from playing a game that no one else was playing.
But if a game like that... So, like, hear me out. When Anthem comes out in February, and I'm playing it, and Dom's playing it, and Todd's playing it, and Joe's playing it...
Sounds like it's a full party already.
Theoretically, if I bought it for you, would you play with us?
Remember that time Dom got me Battlefield and I still didn't play?
Alright, fair enough.
I feel like Battlefield is not Mike's speed of a game, though.
No, but Anthem, Mike, it's literally like you're Iron Man. You're fucking Iron Man, bro.
Why would I want to be Iron Man?
I don't know.
I'm really more of a Hawkeye.
You can be Hawkeye. It's fine. You can be when we get fucking Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 in 2019. Anyways, Monster Hunter World, fantastic. It is something that didn't alienate fans of the series and was able to be ground floor enough for people that were new to get into it, like Todd. Well, no, you played Monster Hunter on Wii U for
that didn't suck me in like this one did though.
No, it was the way that it pulled you in was so good.
It was like dumbed down, but still not dumbed down at all. Like.
And then Smash, which for me personally,
that's in my top 5.
Is my number 1 game of this year, followed by Messenger. Smash is being one of my favorite series of all time, being a big Smash guy. Smash Ultimate is my favorite Smash Brothers game. It is my favorite fighting game. And though over the course of time, characters will get added and characters will get balanced, it feels already, minus maybe input lag, the game feels fucking phenomenal. And I love that game.
And I'm not even good at it, and it's like, I fucking love it.
It's great. Yeah. The fact that it's easy for all of us to play online, too. Like, it might have some
issues.
Oh,
well, no, easy, no, I thought you meant easy for, like, you guys are all good, but I'm like, it's not easy.
No, well, it's easy for us to, hop in a room.
Yeah, it does. It's
though that stuff needs to get patched, in my opinion. Yeah. We should be able to change characters on the fly and
I hate that shit. I hate that I, like,
there's
lose
some issues.
Rotation and shit. Like,
Nintendo has some issues with their online agenda.
Do you have to use their app for the mic support on that? Is that the only way to use it? Like?
Mm-hmm. I think there's an option when you create a room to, like, allow voice chat. And I see
the mic. It's like
yeah, muted. But I think that's
if you put headphones
app,
on.
No, I think it's through the app because I always play with headphones on.
Yeah, I was
when I'm handheld.
Yeah.
Barring all those nonsensical issues that I won't even consider when I'm considering this game, the music, level of detail, the fact that all of the legacy roster is here.
It's a complete package.
It really is. Like when it's called
even
Super Smash Bros.
Campaign. I never expected to jump into that and like it, and I fucking loved it.
So, as a person who likes to play Smash on a more competitive side with no items, no things, whatever, when the World of Light thing got announced, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the spirit shit. Like, it's not like my cup of tea. I'll still roll with it. I'll still enjoy it. World of Light, fucking, I love that shit. Like, it is so perfect. The battles, what they represent each time are so fucking, like, funny to me or enjoyable or, like, wow, I can't believe they went to this level of detail. Like, it's so fucking great. It is hands down my favorite game. One of my favorite games of all time. It's easily my favorite Smash game. It's so fucking perfect. Ugh.
Going back to, like, the maybe the first or second trailer they had when they shows Luigi dying. What the fuck did that have to do with anything?
Nothing. That was just to show off the fucking Belmont boys.
That's it. Okay. So that had nothing to do... Okay. Just curious.
What? You think Luigi's dead?
No, but like, it was like a whole they didn't kill anyone else, did they? In that fucking trailer?
Fucking delicious.
It is. I told you.
In that trailer, no, but arguably Mega Man and Mario died in the Ridley trailer, and then arguably King Dedede died in the King of Rule trailer.
If not, he definitely had like a serious head injury, and he should see a doctor. A doctor.
Don't go to sleep. Just don't go to sleep.
Yeah, just he's gonna.
Mike, being another fellow big Smash guy, is this your favorite Smash Brothers game?
Yeah, probably.
Outside of this, what's your number 2 Smash game? Is it 4? For me, it is 4.
I mean, I played the other ones, but not like what you guys did. But 4 definitely.
Yes. I mean, probably 4. Just because with the exception of Brawl, I think I was always just like, you added more characters.
Was the regular Wii one?
Wii was Brawl.
That was like the most disappointing thing for me ever.
Why?
Like, because I never got into like Smash Online. Like I never had friends that played that game that I could play.
I can understand that. Yeah.
So like that online was fucking so broken. Like, and I tried so hard, and like you just couldn't get into a match. It was physically impossible. Like, and like it was just the most frustrating thing I ever dealt with.
I'll say this as a humongous Smash fan. For me personally, the order of games goes simply in the order they're released. I love Brawl still more than Melee, simply for the fact that it was a better game, minus slipping. Slipping was the only thing that bothered me about that game. Outside of slipping, it's great. I love Melee. I used to, when Melee came out, I was in 8th grade, I believe. I used to... This is how much of a fucking loser I am. I used to put on put blank VHS tapes in my VCR and record myself like doing all these crazy things in Melee in the hopes of if I mail this to G4, maybe a little fucking maybe something will happen. Like that is me. That's what Smash means to me.
That's what we did before Twitch.
That is what we did before Switch.
We had to record things on VHS tape, and we had to find blank ones or record it for family memories.
But literally, like that's what Smash is to me. I put hours, and I'm talking about like 9-hour VHS tapes. I'd sit down and play Smash for 9 hours straight.
And you mailed it to G4 and you'd be like, listen, if you really want to see the good stuff, jump to hour 3:29.
Yeah, Adam Sessler would be like, fuck this guy. Morgan Webb would be like, fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy. I'm going to take a dump right on this tape.
Smash. Thank you, Todd. Jesus Christ. How are we going to skip over Smash?
Yeah, I wouldn't forget that.
I
love the Wii U one, but I just didn't play it enough because, I don't know, because it was the Wii U.
Because it didn't have the ice climbers, we all know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Didn't have Luigi.
But we should probably just quickly...
Did have.
I know these parts are going to be tight anyway, but let's just kind of speed through this to wrap it up. But
You'll wrap it up.
Favorite movies of this year?
Right.
For me personally, a lot of people giving all that love to Into the Spider-Verse, which I think is a top-tier superhero film, a top-tier animation film, a fantastic film. But Infinity War?
I actually have one that's a bit above that. And it's not going to be one you're going to be like,
no, it's fine.
Infinity War was amazing though. Like we were just talking about this, and we were just talking about this the other night when I was sitting there playing Switch. It's like the 15th time I watched it. Still get goosebumps every fucking big scene in that movie. I'm just like, yes.
Infinity War?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, oh my god, it's great. But I think, you know what? You guys are going to be like, what the fuck? But Hereditary, I think that movie...
You were hyping that, and a lot of people love that movie.
Dude, that movie is like...
Better than... That's your favorite movie of the year?
It's so different. It's like
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, like it's like not like... It's one of those fucking movies that, like, I love psychological horror, and I prefer that over, like, typical jump scare shit. But, like, I think Toni Collette should be fucking winning an Oscar for that movie, and, like, that movie is just, like, one of the most... I remember I started watching it one night. I put Liam to bed. I was playing Xbox for a while. It was 11 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, shit, this is on demand. I bought it. I couldn't even rent it. I wanted to see it so bad I bought it. I stayed up till fucking 2 in the morning, and I was just fucking disturbed. I was just, like, looking around, like... Whoa, I feel like what is going it was a very like it fucked with me in a dark way, but it wasn't like super scary.
Yeah.
I guess some people would think it was scary.
Yeah,
it was good. It was so good though. And it was so funny because like when we were talking about like the movies today, I was like, oh, it was Isle of Dogs. I just watched that last night, and I'm like, that would definitely be one. And I was like talking about all these movies, and then I'm like, fuck, I forgot about Hereditary. It came out this year, and it's but I mean, as far as like you want to talk about like action superhero movie, fucking nothing holds like a flame to fucking Infinity War.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, you talk about other movies outside it, nerdy stuff.
I think everyone's melts down too, but I think.
Have you watched Isle of Dogs, Mike?
No, I forgot about it. I did want to watch.
Todd said it's phenomenal.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's on
Star
HBO
is
now.
Born. Star is Born is awesome too. Yeah, I still listen to the soundtrack. Me and Amanda and Liam loves the fucking. But the soundtrack's great. If Bradley Cooper doesn't win some shit for that, because the fact that he's saying his own songs and he actually sounds good, and she should win too. Like I would love to see her win because I fucking love her.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing her on Howard Stern, it made me like her way more.
Yeah. When Todd said Liam loved it and Amanda loved it, I was gonna say kid tested mother.
You should have. You blew it. You fucking blew
Kicks
it.
commercial.
Yeah, right.
What about you, Mike? What are your favorite movies of the year?
Let me quickly say Dom's movie of the year was Incredibles 2.
Ooh.
Wait,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I rewatched Incredibles 1 recently. I was trying to get Liam to watch it. That movie's a really fucking slow-moving movie. And I couldn't even get him into it. He had no interest. It was just like, talk, and then, like, whenever Samuel L. Jackson's in, you're like, yes. And then, like, I don't know. Like, I didn't think that movie was as good as it, like, people made it out to be.
I don't know. I mean,
I haven't seen Incredibles 2 yet, though, so I can't
it.
even speak on that. But
yeah. I'm trying to think about the movies. So, I don't know if it's going to be... I don't know if I'd call it movie of the year, but I watched it recently. Sorry to Bother You, which...
I want to see that so bad.
It's a good movie. Takes a...
Horses?
It takes a very weird left turn.
Yeah, right.
Like...
I read that and I was like, wait a second. Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
And I was like... I was super bummed. Basically what happened
It's all subliminal, like, kind of like,
yeah.
you know, but I get...
But, like... I rented that movie because I could rent it for like $1 a few weeks ago. Like I rented it while I was on vacation. I was like, all right, I'll just watch it like one day while I'm on vacation. I didn't watch it. I had 3 days before the rental was gonna expire. I was like, all right, I should definitely watch it soon.
I hate that.
And then like I was reading an article about like fucking the monsters that we really enjoyed this year or something like that. It was like scrolling through real quick because it like started with Thanos. And then like I saw the movie listed and I saw what the creatures were called. I was like, oh shit, I blew it for myself. Like I didn't have to read any more than that. I was like, oh, I know that's going to happen.
But in retrospect, it's not like I haven't seen it. It's not. It's more about like the the overall,
like it doesn't take away from the story at all. I just think like it would have been awesome for me to watch that movie and then not know that was gonna happen.
Right.
Like, what the fuck just happened?
I feel like you would have walked out and been like, I don't know if I like that or not. You know, like what did I just see?
It was good though. Infinity War was great. I did see Incredibles 2.
Deadpool 2 was funny.
Deadpool 2 was that this year too?
Yeah. But I would for me it would be Infinity War #1, Into the Spider-Verse #2.
I can't wait to see Into the Spider-Verse.
Everything else doesn't matter.
No,
Black Panther I loved.
Black Panther, that was good.
Ant-Man and Wasp. Weird to see it that soon after Infinity War, but still funny. I enjoy the shit out of that movie.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched Black Panther, and I need to because
I haven't watched it yet.
Jen made us late to the fucking movies, and we had horrible seats, so that is a thing. TV shows? For me, as far as new TV shows are concerned, because I can talk about Office reruns and Parks and Rec reruns.
Yeah, that's all. I feel like all I watch is Office reruns.
But for me, the only
actually, you know what? I have
2018 release.
I have Marvelous Miss Maisel. What's this?
the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel season 2 came out this month, and I banged that out quickly. And if you guys are sleeping on that show's phenomenal. Like it's so good. Rachel Brosnahan, fantastic. Alex Bornstein, fantastic. Tony Shalhoub, phenomenal. Like it's just a good show. It's funny. It's quippy.
Any of the big shows that came, like, what are we missing? I feel like there's something we're.
There's definitely some shows. I'm sure there's Netflix things that we aren't mentioning. Any Netflix Marvel shows come out this year?
Yeah, but those are always Oh, you know what? If Punisher was this year, I fucking love.
Punisher was last year. This year it would have been Daredevil season 3.
And are you sure Punisher was last year?
Yeah, it was like late last year. Double check it, but I'm pretty sure it was late last year.
I would say Punisher then, because that's like one of the only shows.
It came out like shortly after Defenders.
Because I love fucking John Bernthal.
Yeah. So, Luke Cage season 2, Jessica Jones, maybe Jessica Jones season 2, Iron Fist season 2.
That was 2017.
Daredevil season 3. I think those were all this year, and I didn't watch any of them. Westworld season 2.
Oh wait, Westworld, yeah, that was good too. That's the only other show we watched. Westworld, yeah, Westworld, that's always good.
I need to catch up on Westworld.
Yeah, you'll like it.
I like it so far.
Just gonna give it time. And then like there's good twists in the first season and the second season. It's good.
I'm trying to think about good. I mean,
keep thinking, Mike. Yeah. And before we say what Mike's favorite shows of the year were, this episode of the Past Control Podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty from the Salem, Massachusetts area on a Friday or Saturday night from 7 to 11. Make sure to head on down to Higginson Square and get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you're unaware of what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and educate yourself on these tasty, scrum-diddly-umptious treats. This episode of the Past Control Podcast is also sponsored by our friends at Beard Brand. Beard Brand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but your hair and body. They formulate their products to work with your body's natural chemistry rather than disguise or change it. Many competing products are formulated to address men's insecurities rather than help them embrace their own awesomeness. And Mike, Beard Brand thinks you're awesome. And their products are designed to help you be the man you want to be. Our listeners can head over to beardbrand.com and get yourself a free sea salt spray added to your order automatically. If you are curious about what to buy, need some hints and suggestions, I use the beard oil and the beard oil and the utility balm. They have me feeling good and smelling great. Mike, your favorite shows would happen to be... I'm sorry, I apologize. I feel like I never drank this much on the show. Todd's here, so beer's flowing. Mike?
Yeah, Mr. Giggly over there. I was just thinking about...
I just have to really pee, and I don't want to get up here on the show, so...
I surprisingly don't. But...
I am going to piss my fucking pants. So.
Right. So, yeah, I was just thinking about shows that came out. Not new shows in particular, because, like, you know, we were on season... Ooh, what season is that? 18, 19? It actually might be season 20-ish of...
The Ellen DeGeneres show? It's on 17. Anyways, I watched her stand-up the other day, so I know... Anyways, your show.
Beer Brenden. No, I was going to say South Park might be on season 20-ish.
Okay.
And then...
Any Animus?
Can I fucking finish?
I need to pee, Mike.
Can I fucking finish.
Does anyone else have to pee?
Nope.
No.
All right, continue your talk. I really.
Oh,
I
no,
can't
you're
do
in
this.
dead area.
I
now.
can't
Good,
do this.
I love
No,
this.
you guys have
Always-
to talk. I can't do this. guys.
Always
I
Sunny.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, we're not. Bye. You yelled at me because I said I'd probably have to pee. And
I
now
know,
he's
but
peeing.
this an hour.
Yo, put
and
your
30
hands up.
minutes,
Let's fucking
and-
go in the bathroom first.
Yeah, fucking wasting our goddamn
Always Sunny. What
time.
else?
Always Sunny came out, but what I'm a big fan of is DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which is a crazy ass show.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the one with like Frozone and fucking all those guys?
Close enough? I don't.
Yeah, like the two guys from like Prison Break.
Yes.
It's good.
It's good. Like the first season was
Did
trash.
they kill off the guys from Prison Break? I feel
Just
like-
one.
Which one?
The main guy.
skinny one or the?
Yeah, the one that I think was the main guy. In Prison
Okay.
Break. They were brothers in.
How they kill? Did they just kill him or?
It was like a whole thing. They had to like travel into the future and hit the.
Oh,
blow-up
see, I
thing.
stopped watching it after like 3 or 4. There was a guy who came in out of nowhere that was like the time traveling guy or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first season was like rough because they were trying to do something with it, but then the later season they got wacky.
Yeah.
And like it gets super wacky.
Wait, so there was the freeze guy, but what was his like the guy from Prison Break? The other guy with him, what was he? Was it the fire guy? Oh, it was really that bad. Okay. They're like, yeah, we're just doing it like that.
It was Captain Cold and Heatwave.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know why I watched that either. Because that's
Yeah,
not,
it seems
I don't
weird.
watch
Didn't see-
anything on
CW?
CW. Yeah, that's all that shit's trash. You hear that, everyone? If you fucking watch it, it's fucking trash. Sorry.
Sabrina came out this.
I heard that's amazing. I
heard
kind
it's
of want
great.
to really see
I
it.
want to watch it.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to it yet.
that's another one. Yeah, I was telling Brenden earlier, the main thing that I spend my time on is video games.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed TV and movies. I watch movies a little bit, but I've pretty much just like any free time I have, it's video games. So it's like, do I choose TV? And I don't even let Amanda watch TV anymore. I'm like, I'm playing.
Hey, I'm playing video games.
Yeah,
You get back there, but you can carry the Switch around.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
you.
Yeah.
Get back into
They said the camera adds 15 pounds. I added 15 pounds of my fucking bladder.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yo. Actually, we
It's
just
fat.
lost all viewership.
Did you
Yeah.
say he's just fat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just. I mean, you're not wrong.
We said some pretty offensive things while we were gone. So
So, what was your favorite show, Mike? Your favorite anime?
I'm saying
You're
anime.
on
What's your favorite anime then of the year? New anime.
obviously fucking My Hero Academia.
It's not like new.
No, but it's like that's the best, right?
It's good. It's good. Again,
It's good.
JoJo Part 5 started. That was pretty good too.
So, if Mike had to say like top anime of 2018,
I would say
Dragon Ball Super.
Go to your local library. Dragon Ball Super's been when
That's
did it finish?
straight hot garbage.
I think it's
Like,
finished early this year.
That's still 2018.
Is that the one they're on the Caribbean cruise
finished.
and they're all partying?
Yes,
and
they were-
everything?
Yeah, but it's still 2018.
Yeah, but it didn't start in 2018.
It's still a 2018 show.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, bro.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite anime? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 7?
Maybe. No. Well, I really only started watching it like 2 weeks ago. I didn't want to because I was gonna catch up like I just did. I was like, oh no.
So, then what is your actual anime of the
Yeah,
year?
come on, man.
Anime of the year.
I gotta pee. I gotta pee, guys.
Let's say
You have to be really good.
let's say Goblin Slayer. I only watched like 2 episodes, but sure, why not?
And there you have it, Fike. Fike? There you have it,
Yo.
folks. Mike's final. I mean, you need to. Mike's final and a minute of 2018. Let's get a little clap for
You
that.
said Bleach was your favorite one of the year?
Bleach? How did Todd just pull a Bleach?
He says this every time I say Bleach.
It's not like a thing anymore. Like, if he brought that out in like 2013, he said Bleach, you're like, oh yeah, it's like saying Dragon Ball or something. But
Todd-
Bleach in 2018?
Yeah, well, I'm just into Todd's and I'm Nook, whatever.
It's a deep
Todd
cut.
doesn't do a lot of research, but before he shows up every single time, he just like looks up anime and just like just keeps a list, and then he like shows up and be like, oh yeah, you know, how's Baki the Grappler? I'm like, Todd, what the fuck are you talking about?
The last thing I want to bring up, unless we missed something,
I'll wait to hear what you say and then I'll tell you if you missed it. Go ahead.
unless we missed a game or movie or TV show that someone wants to talk about right now
Mhm.
that came out this year.
Right.
Sounds like they didn't. What needs to be said is what games that didn't come out this year
No disappointments. Disappointments. Go back to fucking disappointment. Let's make this 2 hours.
Do you have a disappointment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't. I don't think I do, but you do.
It's a Messenger.
Messenger. I have it on my list. No, I'm just fucking with you. My biggest disappointment this year was Far Cry 5.
Really?
Yes.
I thought people really fucking like that
Oh,
game.
I played it a lot. But it was a fucking cut and paste of fucking 3, 4, and fucking every other one.
So you're not gonna get Blood Dawn.
No.
The new one is called.
No. It's basically one of those games where like it's just like a carbon copy, and the story wasn't even that good. They played it so safe. They could have gone so much further with that story, and on top of that, like it's basically like go to this outpost, kill everyone. Okay, now go to this outpost. Now do this mission, then kill like. And it was just like one of those. It didn't change. And 3 is like one of my all-time favorite games, and yeah, they haven't done anything to improve that game since 3. And now they're throwing out another one a year later, which is fucking insane to me. Who is that? Who are you talking to?
We don't respond during the episode. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I'm not a big Far Cry guy, so I didn't really play Far Cry 5. Like, again, there's a couple of heavy boys here and a couple of heavy beers here.
Oh, I thought you were like...
I meant boys as in beers, but I feel like that could be confusing to people who aren't watching the episode. So, yeah, we're drinking a couple of big boys here.
Brenden is fucking trash.
It's not trashed, but, you know...
I think this podcast would be so much better if, like, neither of us were here and you just started drinking, like, all right, Fikes.
He turns around...
Got a couple of heavy boys.
He turns around and starts pissing on the green screen and everything.
Oh, man.
Boy.
Look at Kratos back there. Wow. Anyways, listen, it's fucking 2018. Happy New Year. Happy fucking brew year. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
I do not.
I don't think I personally have any disappointments.
Spider-Man was a disappointment. It wasn't bad, but it was a disappointment.
Interestingly enough, Spider-Man is in my top 10 games.
It's probably a disappointment, yeah.
And it's also somehow a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie.
I get it, though. I mean, in retrospect, maybe I put it in my top 10. I'd have to really, like, go through all the games, but it was disappointing to me.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, the story's so amazing, but, like, you know what's coming. You know everything that's coming in that story. There's nothing, like, surprising about that story that's, like...
Yeah, the story, for me, wasn't what I was that interested in, nor was it what really pulled me through that game. It was more the gameplay itself.
Here's what I said this to you several times. My biggest thing was... Spider-Man, the next one they make, is going to be phenomenal. This one, though, I think they were forcing them to rush it out. The Miles missions made it... It was just so much filler. And then, like, how do you fucking put puzzles in the game and say, hey, if you don't want to do these puzzles, just skip over this? What's the fucking point? You know, like, it's just, like, stupid. It's just...
Yeah, I don't really know. The Miles and MJ missions, without spoiling anything, are really... It's...
And then one of the MJ missions, like, you're in one of the main bad guys' places. There's probably 30 people.
Tombstone?
Is it Tombstone, maybe?
When you're sneaking around boxes and shit?
It's like the gas station, like, area, or, like, I don't know, like, it's something, it might be something else. And it's like a crocodile guy, I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know. Doc Ock, no. But no, but, like, you know, and you're like, push over this box. What's that sound? After 15 times, no one's like, motherfuckers, there's some fucking teenage girl walking around with a camera.
Did you just call the lizard a crocodile?
I don't know who it was. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know. Did you see all this yet?
Did he send it to you too?
Yeah.
He must be watching and not talking because he wants me to mention his top 10. I'll mention him in a second.
We gotta go, actually, Joe. It was good talking to you.
Yeah. See you later, Joe. See you in 2019. I'm gonna throw this in here because we didn't really talk about it at all this year or this episode, but Fallout 76 is a disappointment to most people. I still enjoy that game even though it has flaws.
We played it for so little, but like I had fun when I played it.
And I'm dying to go back to it. I understand that it is nowhere near a perfect game and has plenty of issues. I'd say
70% of the base of people that complain about that game just wanted Fallout 5 or whatever the fuck.
Yes, they wanted a single player Fallout.
That's all they want.
Yeah. I enjoyed that game. I'm not unhappy with my purchase. I understand the issues with people who like bought the collector's edition and didn't get the fucking bag and all this bullshit.
Never buy it.
But I'm happy with my purchase. Before we wrap things up, unless Mike, do you have a flop? A flop, or not a flop, but a thing that you were looking forward to this year across any medium that just didn't live up to Michael's standards?
Let's say no, whatever. Fuck it, I don't even feel like lying. I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't play.
All right, fair enough. Joe made his top 10 that he wanted to share for the show because he couldn't be here tonight. Some things came up that barred him from being here. We'll go from 10 to 1, starting at 10. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which is not in anywhere near my top 10 games. Very enjoyable game that came with the show.
I have to go through my, really... We didn't play it enough, though.
Yeah. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Tetris Effect, Hollow Knight, Red Dead Redemption 2, Celeste, Smash Ultimate, and Monster Hunter World. That is Joe of Fast Controllers, top 20. Top 10 of 2018.
Jesus Christ.
Mike, I just chugged this beer. Todd's fucking over here being a baby boy. He's got a child at home.
I have a diaper on right now. I'm peeing.
I don't have to leave. I can just go pass out in a second. The thing that needs to be said before we wrap things up is games that I was trying to say before that aren't new this year, but are something you continue to play. For Todd, that would be Overwatch. I would imagine would be in your top 10 games of this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that there's a case to be made about games like Overwatch that continue to grow and live over time, though they released 3 years ago or whatever. Has it been 3 years, really?
I think 3 years coming up.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy that I'm playing this game more than any game I play. So
it's that good. And I think that is a thing that needs to be brought up, that Overwatch deserves to be mentioned as a game that still Call of Duty exists.
Multiplayer. Like, Call of Duty was like what I played and would always play until the new one came out, and that took that game. I mean, it's just a much better game, though.
For some people, it's going to be Fortnite. For some people, it's going to be PUBG. For some people, it's going to be Rainbow Six Siege. And those games are all fantastic in their own right. For me, I would also throw Overwatch in that mix. Overwatch, though I come back to it and sometimes fade out, it's, to me, a perfect experience. There's very little that I have to complain about. I understand there's issues.
Yeah, I complain about Todd.
Yeah, I just want to complain about the community, and I think the problem is though Jeff Kaplan will always say that Smurfs aren't the issue, but with something like the Xbox, you can make multiple accounts and have fucking 18 Smurf accounts if you want. PlayStation, you have to buy a new account. Xbox is a huge problem with that. They're just neglecting to say that that's a problem, but
I like this personal attack at Jeff Kaplan that's coming from Todd right now.
No, because I'm someone who's dedicated a lot of time into the game, and I appreciate the game, but at the same time, you can't do that shit on PlayStation.
I'd have to argue that I don't know how Battle.net works. Can you make a free account on Battle.net?
I don't know. I don't know. I know PlayStation you have to buy.
I don't know, because you have to buy the game, but as soon as you've bought the game. I'm sure there are people that have Smurf accounts. I just don't know how it works.
But it runs rampant in Xbox.
I would have to argue that part of Todd's discomfort with these aspects of Overwatch is because you play the game as it was not intended to be played, which is solo queuing.
Yes.
Okay.
But I've done looking for game and I've had the same issues.
And I'm not saying that's perfect because you're looking for game and you have no idea if these people are actually good or match up with your playstyle.
And the problem I have for looking for game is that someone will see, there's 5 people in there, and the looking for game is not really it's not where it used to be. I barely can find games anymore. But there's some times where people are they'll join and they'll be I don't usually play tank, but you guys had 5 people, so I figured I'd be the 6th. And it's everyone's wait, what? They're who can you play? And they're I don't know, I'll try Reinhardt. And I'm what are you talking? And everyone's just oh my god, we started the match. It's bullshit like that.
I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the things you say sometimes. I know you play a lot more of the game than I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think that really does boil down to the fact that you play solo.
Yeah, but how else am I going to play? It's a game I want to play all the time.
And I get that. I completely understand that. But I think you would have more success and more fun if you built up a better rapport with strangers.
I have though, and I've played with those people. But I have, and it's just, and then I realize those people aren't as good as they appeared to be at once, and then they lose interest in the game, and it's just it's a trickling effect. But literally, fucking Call of Duty had. This is 8-10 years ago. You fucking go into multiplayer. Fucking search and destroy. You can't be in a fucking party. There's no way that fucking Blizzard can't create the same fucking thing for their consoles. They're lying if they're saying they can't. That's all and you know what? Even if people don't talk, at least I know that I don't see a fucking random 4-stack sitting in there when I'm joining in a match. And they're doing their own thing, and I'm trying to. I'm well, I'm not gonna heal you fuckers if you're all running in different directions. It's pointless for me to be a healer. It's. Fuck you, Jeff Kaplan. Fuck you.
I think that you are in the same. The way that you react to this stuff, I feel like there's Todd over here. I want this game to run and function a certain way. I want to play this a certain way.
They want it to run a certain way, but it doesn't.
I understand. It's never going to be that way.
Why are you yelling at me?
But I feel like you're over here doing this thing, talking about this stuff, being this way. Then the people over here are like, I want to play
the way I want to play.
Yeah,
I get it.
The way to get rid of that is to play with people who want to share your opinion. That's the way to do it. I know it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy.
Todd, you should go on Craigslist and just put looking for
someone
people
that
to play
has
Overwatch.
2,800 hours in the game. I've tried many a things.
Sorry, Abby's trying to come in here. I can hear her scratching at the door.
My little meow meows.
I just think it ultimately comes down to...
Like, some seasons I've fucking been a total toxic asshole. Some seasons I'm like, this is it. I'm not going to fucking even talk on mic. And I'm just going to fucking see where I can go. And then I've tried, like, I'm like, let's use LFG this season. Let's do this season. And it's just like, this season I'm like, let's go straight DPS. Because that's the only way to get out of the rank I'm in right now.
Just as Overwatch is a living, breathing thing that has progressed over the past
I think that's part of the problem, though. It's 3 years old. It's not the new hot thing. So, like, they still have a great base, but they're not getting the same amount of people that were playing it originally when it started and it was newer. And there's like, everyone's like, oh, let's go play Red Dead. Let's go play this. Let's go.
No, you're wrong. That should be that should ultimately be the more ideal thing. Is that it's not the new hot thing, so new players aren't joining the fray. We're the same grizzled people.
I would rather have newer players that want to play the way.
Because you want to beat new players.
No,
you want to play against people who know how to play the game.
I'm saying I would rather have new players that are like interested in learning the mechanics of the game. And
know what I would be interested to do, and I want you to honestly do this, is when you go home and play Overwatch,
dress up as Soldier 76 because you are a fucking grumpy old man.
That's true. But when you go home and play Overwatch, you should just in your phone, on a notebook, whatever, take a note of every time you are in a match, how many times on your team there's people in a group.
Oh, it's in my brain. Well, here's the problem. It's like this stuff is like,
in your brain?
Like I play this game. I play like 10 matches a day, and every day I'm like, okay, what went wrong? Like, why did we just lose this match? Why did we lose that match? What's happening that's causing me to lose these matches? But the problem is I'm not losing matches. The problem is I'm winning 3 matches. I'm losing 2. I'm winning 3 matches. I'm losing 1. I'm winning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's Dom texting you right now.
Yeah. What do you say?
I don't know. He's not talking in there, but he's talking in there.
But like, it's one of those things. And then when I look back to it, it's people who are not on mic that just drop out. It's people who just
that's not what I said to you though.
No, but I'm saying, like, at this point, there's people who are fucking... Like I said, the Smurf thing is, like, a really bad thing right now.
Mike, can you open that? I just cut my nails.
But, like, at this point, there's, like... And then, like, I always run into the people that are, like, yeah, I don't really care, you know? I just want to play this character because I like it. And then they don't even play... Like, recently, I know we've been going on forever.
I mean, I don't care. Again, I live here.
This is a 2 episode. No, but, like... There's people that will just fucking, like, they just will, whatever, I don't care.
This is tasty.
It's really good. That's, like, one of the best ones.
Wowzers. I think it's the official Wowzers stamp of approval right there.
And this isn't a gripe with me because I love all the maps still and everything on Overwatch, but, like, they've done nothing. Like, they could have done a new game mode. It's been 3 years, and the only thing they're doing is adding new characters.
You don't want a new game mode.
I don't. I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying, like, what else are they doing, though? Like, they're not doing anything else.
They don't need to do anything.
They're collecting money at this point. And they're fucking up characters over and over again. You have the.
How are they fucking up characters?
Because, like, there's people.
No.
Time
out.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly how they're
fucking up characters.
Because they are.
And I'm gonna tell you exactly how you are incorrect.
I'm just gonna tell you how they're fucking up characters.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell you exactly how you're incorrect. Okay.
So, what are the most unpicked characters? Okay, let's buff them and let's drop the most picked characters. That's all they fucking do. So they just do a revolving door of, hey, these are the top tier characters, let's bump them down and let's bring these new characters that never get picked up.
Perfect. All right, Todd. I'm going to bring you into the world
I gotta go, guys.
I'm going to bring you into the world of fighting games and other games that are a game as a platform that are meant to sustain over time. What they do is balance things. And when they make the game, it is balanced to their liking. But what they balance it off after that isn't anything other than we gauge
who picks what. Like what are the
they
most
gauge
highly
what
picked
people
people.
pick.
Yeah.
They gauge
win rate, like stuff like that.
But they gauge what people.
One of the reasons they nerfed Brigette because it's like across the board, the win rate with her is like 65% and up. Like even like it's a high win rate with her. So they're like
her problem is that she was too. I don't want to say powerful, but I guess like
she is though.
I guess she was like she could stun somebody, boop them. Like she could fuck up a small character real fucking quick.
Flanking character. That's why
basically.
She was like the anti-flanker, anti-dive basically.
Yeah, that's why they dropped her like shield bash damage from like 50 to 5.
Yeah, which is like brutal.
But they also nerfed Doomfist to a point.
And he's terrible now. He's not usable anymore.
He was never good.
No, people in the right hands, he's unstoppable.
Everyone in the right hand is good. That's the problem. You don't fucking. That's the thing you don't understand.
I still think May's like not where she should be. I think
sure. Like I guess some of the changes were happening at high levels of play.
Yeah,
but I don't.
This is coming from like a scrub, so it's like
I still don't think it was the best choice.
I
don't play as Doomfist, but it sounds like he's gotten like a real bad place where like you can't really get any kills.
The combos and stuff.
With his ult, his combos. Yeah.
The fact that his ult wasn't even good to begin with, and they're like, let's nerf it. Fuck it.
I think that you are playing a game that is living. So over time, they're gonna continue to adjust it because they want to make characters who don't get picked. They want to change the meta. They want to do all these things to satisfy as many people as possible. It's going to continue to ebb. It's going to continue to flow. And sometimes it will be changes that work in Todd's favor. And sometimes there'll be changes that don't. Personally, when it comes to Smash, a game that will change over time, Ultimate will get patched multiple times and nerf characters and buff characters and change characters and hurt characters. Toon Link, who's been my main for 2 games, in my opinion, has been hurt in a way that I can no longer play him as sufficiently as I would like. Does that mean that Sakurai hates me? Does that mean that Smash is terrible?
I think we should probably consider that. He probably listened to this podcast before and he's like, this fucking guy.
I just think that when you're playing a game... when you're playing a game that is supposed to meant to sustain life over time, it's going to continue to change to around the community that is playing it. So, yeah, if people aren't picking Torbjorn, they're going to make changes to make him a more viable character. Because why wouldn't they?
Very molten.
The same thing with Symmetra. Symmetra got changes because she was not getting picked at high level play. Am I wrong, Mike?
On top of that, and she was just a weird character.
Yeah, so they have done things in that game. They'll do that in Destiny like they have. They'll do it in Smash like they've done in the past, and we'll continue to do it into this one. And we'll do it with many other games. Fortnite, same thing. We brought it up multiple times on this episode. They change that constantly.
Fork knife.
Yeah, it's a fork knife. So yeah, when it boils down to games that I think deserve to be mentioned in a Game of the Year conversation, this is one of those games that deserves to be part of that conversation. Overwatch. Being a game that they put a lot of love and craft into years after it's come out. Clearly, Todd's probably most played game this year. You need to go...
It is, I got my Xbox.
Did you? And it's your most played game, right?
920 something hours this year.
Game came out 2.5 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, they're doing something right, obviously.
Yeah. Jeff Kaplan, the guy that you're fucking shitting all over, doing something right. Before we actually just call it a night, anything else you guys missed, want to talk about, want to mention, want to throw out there? It's Game of the Year talk. It's end of 2018. Any big things, any little things, anything. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Yeah.
Todd?
I think we covered it all.
We covered it all.
Should we go another hour?
I mean,
we can
go another hour.
We can talk more Overwatch.
I'll talk Overwatch for another hour. Again, I got a full
I
beer
get angry.
here.
I don't want to get angry. Let's not talk Overwatch.
I kind of love it.
Although last night was one of the best nights I've had because I actually played with people I know and it was fun.
What's the thing? Overwatch when you're with people is fucking fantastic. Yeah. Like last night was a blast for me.
Yeah, it's like
Mario
Party. What?
It was a game that came out this year. It can be in the B-roll. Jesus. It was a good game, not a game of the year. I enjoyed it. I'd play it more if more people came over my house to hang out.
And I don't come over to hang out because he wants to play.
Damn it. To be fair, that made me think, I want to throw out there, not a game that came out this year, but a game that came out on Switch this year. Towerfall. Fantastic. I love that game. It sucks for Todd that there's no online multiplayer, but at a local multiplayer, that is a fucking phenomenal game. Killer Queen Black, supposed to come out this year, didn't. Got pushed to next year. Can't wait for that game.
Oh boy.
Ape Escape.
Ape Out.
What is Ape Escape? Is that
Ape
a game?
Escape, I think it's also a game.
It's a game for PS1. It's like the fucking monkey game. Wow. And you thought I was drunk, Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry. Todd made a fucking...
I made a boo-boo.
He made a small boo-boo. You fucking need to go to the ER.
Listen, again, couple of fucking high percentage boys, this. We already killed a bottle out there. I got this purple drink over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I thought I couldn't like Brenden any less. And then he showed me drunk Brenden. And I was like, oh, shit.
This isn't drunk. When I'm drunk, my pants fall down and I cry.
It's true. When Brendan's drunk, his pants fall down, he cries. Occasionally, he jumps off the stairs.
That's also true.
Yeah.
I can fly. Woo.
Good times.
Those are default things for
I got
Patreon members only.
What story? You know, I don't even fucking care.
There's stories there.
We should really wrap this up. I'm just gonna say, like, I once again got a bottle of Tito's for Christmas, and I don't know what to do with it.
I saw you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that too with the little sweater on it.
With a little sweater on it. Yeah.
Do you have private conversations?
So I'm just gonna chug that on New Year's Eve.
You can hang out with me and Jen. We're gonna dress like in a shirt and tie and like go down to like the counter or something, get a burger. Wild.
Wait, really?
You coming?
I'm bringing Liam. Can you wear a certain tie too?
He better. This is some bullshit. Anyways.
I can't be the only one there wearing a clip-on tie, so you better come.
Bang. We just want to say thank you.
I don't.
Mike doesn't want to say thank you.
I'm on my Mike's level right now.
Todd hates everybody. It's been a fantastic year for Pass the Controller.
Big things in 2019.
We do have some big things coming in 2019. Some things we talked about off the air that will ultimately be better for you, better for us, and exciting for everyone involved. But really, from the bottom of my heart, these guys hate everybody. But I want to say thank you for all of you that have supported us throughout the year, whether it's been listening to us on podcast servers, leaving a review, liking us on social media, interacting with us in some way, joining the Discord, buying something from the store, or subbing on Patreon. All those things help us do what we're trying to do, and we can't do it without you. So,
Ludes on Patreon?
There's been asks for a Pass Controller calendar. Mike, can we get it in there?
Sure. I mean, there's...
What month does Mike want?
Oh, Mike wants nothing to do with it. However...
So then who's going to occupy all those months?
It's going to be you...
Joe wants January because he wants to do a Monster Hunter picture. I don't know why. I don't know what that means.
Joe and his Monster Hunter.
He wants to have like an Anjananth on his fucking... You know what I'm saying? Jesus. I'm taking February, obviously, because it's my birthday. And...
I was going to say, I'm taking October.
Whoa, Toddtober.
October.
Ooh.
The question is, who's going to dress up as like a sexy fireman?
Who is actually sexy? And the answer is none of us.
Did any of you ever play... It was like an arcade game from Sega. It was like a firefighter game where like the controller was like a fire hose.
My parents like me. They got me good games.
No, it was in the arcade.
Okay.
They bought you arcade machines? Fucking this guy
They're
over
called
here.
cabinets, first of all.
This guy over here, he's a purist. Anyways, thank you to everyone who supported us throughout 2018, and hopefully you continue to support us throughout 2019. It would be much appreciated. As always, you can find us on the internet at passthecontroller.io, on Twitter and on Instagram at passthecontroller, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/passthecontroller. And if you want to buy something from our shop, You can get a link. Don't do it on the video. You can't do it on here. If you want to buy something from our shop, you can get to that by going to our website and clicking on the store tab, or going to passthcontroller.io, passthcontroller.threadless.com. Don't play that shit.
You're a squid. You're a kid.
Oh my god. And patreon.com/passthcontroller. And yeah, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Mike.
I feel like you looked at me like you wanted to say Happy Kwanzaa. That's what I felt like.
Why would I say that?
He whispered it to me before he said that. Okay.
Why would I do that, Mike? You don't even celebrate that.
I don't.
So why would I do that?
I don't know. Just the look in your eye.
You had a couple. Julian.
You had a couple of big boys.
Yeah, I've had a couple of big boys tonight. I'm not a douchebag or an asshole. Debatable, but I'm that kind of asshole. Come on, Mike. Anyways, thank you again for a lovely 2018. We look forward to doing all this for you in 2019. Todd's here. He's a father. Mike's here.
This is Todd's last episode, by the way. He's out.
Mike's here. He likes anime, not the squid kind. Maybe the squid kind. I don't know. There's tentacles sometimes.
Know what the squid kind
The
is.
tentacle kind. The Bible black kind.
Brenden, you really need to expand your hentai fucking knowledge, because this Bible Black card that you keep pulling is just... It's played out.
It's a classic card. It's like playing Exodia.
It's not like playing Exodia.
It's exactly
like playing
Exodia.
Karibo is what it is.
Mike, take your blue eyes, white dragon ass out of my fucking house right now.
Oh, Brenden, you fucking piece of shit. Guess what? You just activated my goddamn trap card.
I would have showed it to the camera, but he threw it on the floor.
I threw it really fast.
But that was in fact a trap card. What was it?
I don't remember. Eat a bagoon or something.
Anyways, thank you again, all of you, for a lovely 2018. And thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Pass the Controller podcast, a 2-hour fucking banger of an episode.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine doing dumb here. It's been like 3 hours.
It really would have. And you know what? I've had a couple of fucking big boys tonight.
How many times?
I don't know. Mike said it, and I'm just going to keep dropping it. It's been a good night. Thank you again for listening to this week's episode. Pink. So the podcast is off, but the stream is still on.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yo, I want to see these. I couldn't see any of the comments. So. I know you want to kick it like this, son.
So I literally just got home. This is dumb. Figured I'd pop into 2018 Game of the Year episode. You guys are
talking about what? I knew that's what he was saying, though.
Did I miss 2018 Game of the Year? Talking most anticipated. Yeah, we're gonna do most anticipated in 2019 though. And yeah, we talked about Overwatch. Oh shit, we got the Eat Gaboon.
Who's Al Awesome? Oh hi, I'm new. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the other person above Death Bruiser?
That's dumb. Dinkeldorf?
No, above.
Oh, I don't know. He said Snowball Mike yeet, and then he bounced.
Yeet. He's gotta be like fucking 14.
We got OGP.
You down with OGP?
OGQP. What up, my dude? We got Ted.
That's it?
I don't know. Ted's got actually like mad fucking. Look at this. He got 7,000 followers. What up, Ted? What you doing? How you hanging? Is this guy still in here?
No one's in here. When Todd started going off about Overwatch and making like physical threats to Jeff Kaplan, they all left. Give me my trap card
The
back.
thing I'm confused about is this.
Yeah, what was that?
Cinema. Loving the stream, guys. We'll love to show you.
Shut the fuck up. That's like the text I got last night, basically. The Twitch version.
I'll just take your word for it. Guys.
Stop it. Stop it. Yo, it's basically said I need you to tag team my ass and pound me hard, basically.
Oh my god.
I know you can private message in this.
I don't know.
You're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid.
First
You're a
spam account.
Definitely.
Nonsense.
But just to be safe, we should probably find out what they want.
Mike, shut the fuck up.
Becky, whatever the girl's name last night was from fucking.
Oh yeah.
I have it right here. Did she
Yeah,
send anyone else?
that's like
I
that's a step beyond like a spam text message.
Yeah, I've never
like
seen
that.
anything like this.
Like I get spam.
I feel like
I get spam phone calls all the time.
Never had anything
from
like this
like
before,
nonsense phone numbers. Like you want a free cruise to fucking Jamaica?
Where is it? Oh, maybe Jennifer.
Were you with Amanda? Did you?
I showed Amanda. I'm like, Amanda, should I respond? So I feel like, should I respond right now?
I didn't know it was more than that picture. You cut it off at the good part.
Sorry. Hey, what should I say to her? You guys, give me something good to say.
Oh, boy.
Hey, what do we say?
Ask fucking Woody McGee over here what he's got.
I'm just going to say I've had a couple of big boys tonight.
Nope, that's what he's going with.
You're out of your mind.
So what do I say?
I was a big fan of that. Okay. Todd, Oh.
Wait.
Well, I mean, I didn't read anything else. I only read that, so.
Let's see what let's see. My name's Jeff.
Oh dear.
Joe sends everybody. He really wanted his voice heard. He wasn't gonna be silenced by the fucking Brenden Gestapo.
I wasn't gonna silence him. I was gonna bring that up at some point in the episode.
You're a kid. You're a squid.
Yo, get that Goku stuff off there. Is that Goku?
I feel like I'm Goku. Goku. Goku.
This is definitely spam, by the way.
Yikes.
Barry.
And then she'll say...
Oh, wait, I gotta send the pic right now. I gotta find a really good pic, though.
Oh, Barry.
Now we wait for her to
Jill
say,
sandwich.
if you want to talk to me, use this app. And then say, you're ready to take a chance again.
Right. Nice to meet you, Perry. This is so crazy, but you seem really nice. Wait, you're not a serial killer, are you? LOL. Actually.
I hate everything about this.
Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Have you ever seen that meme where it's like, actually, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna put that right there.
Well, I mean, if it didn't give away before, she's signing all of her texts.
Yeah, right.
Which means she's...
A serial killer? Alright. 2019. See you.